Do not worry.
I'm sorry about the thumbnail, everyone. I'm sorry. He's off the screen, Haley. He's off the screen, okay? I was trying to make a point with that thumbnail, all right? Guys, the internet is looking sketchy today. I don't know. Let me know if the video quality is okay. It's being a little weird. I had to turn off my phone, turn it back on to reconnect. As you guys know, here in Lebanon, where I live, we don't get fiber optics. In my area, some areas in Lebanon do get fiber optic internet. I don't. So what I do is I plug in, I use my iPhone like as a modem essentially, and I plug it because I can do wireless like 4G, but like it's kind of slow. So I plug my phone into my PC and it works as kind of a modem, and it makes the 4G work a lot better that way. So that's how I stream here. So 4G is being a little sketchy. People say it's okay so far. Okay, nice. Hoot. What up, everybody? How's it going, everyone? How's it going? Today's a big day for Lebanon. Peace with Israel. Or as they say here in Lebanon, peace kenze amis. Well, not peace exactly, and no ceasefire. We're just Israel's little cucks at this point. I think that's what's happening. But we're gonna talk about all of that. Okay, we're gonna be talking about mon cœur, Boys Actor. What's his name again? Tomer Capote, something like that. He was in the IDF. I had no idea. I've been watching The Boys for years. Had no idea that guy was in the IDF. I guess I found out within the last like 2 years, once he got like exposed on Twitter and everything, once we all started to pay more attention to this sort of thing. So we're going to kind of react to some of the stuff that he said and done in the past. And then we're going to talk about the peace kenze amis talks that are happening here, that are happening in the US, mediated by none other than Marco Rubio. That Marco Rubio, the one and only. I need to get a little bottle as a prop just to do the Marco Rubio anytime I want to talk about Marco Rubio. But yeah, he's mediating peace talks, folks. The one and only Marco Rubio. Before we get going, folks, I want to take a second to thank our lovely YouTube members. As you guys can see here, we have a goal of 800 members that we'd like to get to. And I want to thank some of our amazing members like Wonderland Joey, who's been a member for 4 months. A Goblin, who's been a member for 2 days. Manny Snakes 722 has been a member for 2 months. Isabella and Music, NCH7052, Reese Alexander 3471. Thank you guys so much. Anika141, my OnlyFans account, who's been here for 2 months. Thank you, my OnlyFans account. Emily Wood 3680, Ikar 098, Nomadic Velocities, as well as Mike Shamas 1742. Bread and Donuts. Bread and Dote 5. Wait, is my connection? Okay, I think the connection's still okay. Victoria, hello, hello. Hello. Sarah Huedat, hello. Jim D. Dukers, hello. Jess Polito, hello. Papa Jaka, hello. Rami Winter. Our lovely members, Sydney Stricker, Oakley Dokley, and Blendomorph. Our members get an exclusive live stream every single week. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We cannot keep the lights on without our lovely members and our lovely patrons. Whether you've been gifted a membership, whether you're out there gifting memberships, whether you've been a member for 1 day or a member for 10 months, we love and appreciate you all. Thank you very much for being a part of the channel and for supporting the channel. And as well, thank you to our lovely patrons. We got a couple of brand new patrons this week, folks. Some abductee patrons like Rachel and Isa Nabila. Isa, Nabila, and Rachel, welcome. And thanks so much for becoming patrons and supporting the channel. Patrons also get exclusive content such as Nour and Karine's fantasy board review. They'll also get re-uploads of some of my member streams and some exclusive reactions from myself. So support us on Patreon as well, folks. It means a lot to us. And Nour and Karine's show, they're working on a 2nd episode, and it's very popular. People seem to love that show. It's the most popular thing I've ever put on Patreon. So if you guys want to support the channel, Patreon is another great way. Let me thank some other lovely patrons. Got your patron, Lian Mujabir. Superhero patrons, Ezekiel B., Fadi Mac, and BB. Blonde patrons, Matthew Bax, Lipton Ramen, and Lalong, and Linda. And abductee patrons like Burt Reynolds, Jess Polido, Cora, Jennifer Sage, and Karen Goodwin. Thank you guys so much. We love you. We appreciate you. We could not do this without you guys. But you guys don't have to do any of these things to be supportive. You don't have to be a patron. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to send in a super chat. You don't got to do any of that stuff. Simply like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a Do Not Warrior, join the Discord, hop into the live chat, engage with everybody, have a nice talk. If you're watching the replay, leave a comment. Be nice. Okay, let's have some fun. We love and appreciate you all. And let's get going. Let me close off these tabs. Let us get started with... I was going to get started with the DoorDash granny. We'll get to that if we have time, because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to get through. There's breaking news about the meeting between the U.S. and Israel, so we're going to have to talk about some of that stuff as it comes up. So we'll leave DoorDash granny till the end. What I will say is she voted for Trump, so I don't feel that bad for her. Okay, I don't feel that bad for DoorDash granny. You got what you were asking for, lady. You got what you voted for. Okay, she's trying to pay for her husband's medication or something. Boo-hoo, lady. Boo-hoo. Is it bad that old ladies are having to do DoorDash to pay the bills? Of course. Do I feel bad for this particular lady, knowing that she voted for Trump and went and did a whole little photo op? No. But anyways, no old lady should have to start a Twitch channel, you know, to pay for her grandson's medication or join DoorDash or whatever the hell is happening in America, you know? But I got bigger problems to worry about now, folks. Okay, so you'll forgive me. Hermio Torres, hello. Hello. Let's start with a couple of little fun, light stories, such as Donald Trump flirting with a UFC fighter. Octopus Caveman says he definitely sucked Bill Clinton's dick. Let's see what Trump was telling this fighter.
You're a beautiful guy. Great fighter.
You're a beautiful guy. You're a great fighter. It's the little slap on the thigh, with giving him the loving look.
Put me the model, you win this fight. I'll give you a model, you look so good.
You can be a model, you look so good. He's got to do the hand, just him doing this is like, he's like sexually harassing the guy. He can't get out of his Miss Universe or Miss America days. You know, he's in the back corridors. Oh, hey, you can be a model, you look so good. Matt, come on, man. Leave the guy alone. He just got out of a fight. He's sweaty, he's concussed. What are you doing?
You're too good looking to be a fighter. You are some fighter. Thank you, man. You're a beautiful guy. Great fighter. Thank you. Put me the model, you win it.
I love this the little slap on the thigh quietly without saying nothing. Look at that.
Put me the model, you win this fight. I'll give you a model. You look so good.
You could be a model. You look so good.
Too good looking to be a fighter. You are some fighter. Thank you, man. You're a beautiful guy. Great fighter.
You're some fighter. Loves him, loves it. Look, we just want Donald Trump at the end of the day to be. Someone had a very nice tweet, like in another universe, Trump operates like a gay bar in Miami and he's living his happiest life. I wish we lived in that universe, honestly. I wish we lived in the universe where Trump was operating a gay bar in Miami and not starting World War III in the region. Wouldn't you all agree? Wouldn't the whole fucking world be better for it? This is a moment that, I don't know, for some reason, people are talking about this on Twitter. Okay, I don't have time to care about American drama now, folks. I'm sorry, but why are people mad? What did Hassan Piker say here to get the people angry?
So my question is, when you say Hamas is 1,000 times better, do you actually mean that? Or is that a rhetorical move or like a solidarity signal? Like what?
I mean, it's all of the above. I do mean it. I think it's a rhetorical move because it frustrates a lot of people. I've also said I'm a harm reduction voter. I'm a lesser evil voter, and therefore I would vote for Hamas over Israel every single time.
So my question is...
Okay, what's the controversy? Sarah says the internet is glitching. Is the connection okay with everyone else, or is it just Sarah's internet?
When you say Hamas is 1,000 times better, do you actually mean that? Or is that a rhetorical move or like a solidarity signal? Like what?
I mean, it's all of the above. I do mean it. I think it's a rhetorical move because it frustrates a lot of people. I've also said I'm a harm reduction voter. I'm a lesser evil voter, and therefore...
There's no controversy here, folks. Okay, let's get into the fun stuff. The Boys. The Boys. I've been watching The Boys since it started on Amazon. It's based on a popular comic book series that I've never read, but there used to be a TV and film commentator and comic book expert called John Schnepp, who I really used to like. He passed away a few years ago. I got to meet John Schnepp at New York Comic Con 2014 and take a picture with him. I really liked the guy. It was called King of the Sweaties. So anyways, he always used to talk about how The Boys would make for an incredible TV show. So I never read it, but I always kept that in the back of my mind. And then once they announced it, I was like, oh shit, it's that comic series that I always heard would make for a great TV show. So when the first season came out, I was very excited to watch it. Watched it, really liked it. I think the show kind of went up and down in quality. Some seasons start off slow, but like generally I kind of like the show. I like the social commentary, I like the satire. It's a little bit too on the nose sometimes, but still it's fun. It gets to poke fun at Republicans and how crazy American culture is getting. So I kind of like The Boys. Some people in chat are kind of mixed, but one of the actors turns out was in the IDF, and I had no idea. This guy, not like I forgot. I guess I found out over the last 2 years while they were still filming this last season, and I just refound out recently that this guy was in the IDF. So he's Frenchy, the character Frenchy. Mon cœur, oh mon cœur. Can't speak French worth a shit. I never knew he was Israeli, but what I knew for a fact was that he was not French, because his French was fucking horrendous. Okay, this guy cannot speak French to save his life, and he's had like 5 fucking seasons to work on his accent, and it's still as bad as ever. How does it get like worse? Isn't your accent supposed to be good? Shouldn't your accent be better? Nade's Moan says connection surprisingly good here today. Haley says he looks like Zelensky. He does kind of look like Zelensky. So anyways, so this dude turned out to be in the IDF. Officer K says, The Boys show is a peak example of American liberalism. The show pretends to mock the far-right Americans, dictators, etc. Then they have this actor, Tomer Capone, who was an IDF soldier and confessed to abducting Muslim girls from their families and sexually harassing them. Like, holy fuck, dude. Can you talk about ruining a show for someone, dude? Like, this is the final season that's coming out. I was looking forward to, like, just wrapping it up, at least knowing what, because we're all kind of waiting for Homelander to just lose his shit and start like lasering a bunch of people, and then like, you know, him going fucking ape shit. That's all I've wanted to see. You know what I mean? And like now, I have to watch. I either have to stop watching the show or sit through a fucking ex-IDF soldier. Like, what are you talking about here, man? And that's what's so bad about Israeli society, is that everyone's a fucking soldier. Everyone's committed some kind of a fucking war crime or aided and abetted in the committing of a war crime. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. So you can't watch anything with any Israelis in there. So here's a picture of him. Oh, look at the young, innocent IDF soldier. BM says, don't stream The Boys. Don't give money to an IDF terrorist. Tomer Capone should be on trial for war crimes, not on your TV screens. Yeah, and if you are going to watch it, don't support. You know, you got to do it without supporting Amazon. Yeah, I thought he was Algerian at first, but then I was like, but his French is also shit. So like, no, he can't. Like, they couldn't find an Algerian guy to play Frenchie. I've never read the comics, so I don't know if he's supposed to be Algerian, like what his race is or background is in the comics. I have no idea. But I mean, he's definitely not Israeli. So that's kind of crazy. And we're going to read the statement that he has. So this is a meme, like, mon cœur. Because he always says, mon cœur. Oh, mon cœur. Let's run away to Israel. Let's go to Tel Aviv, mon cœur. Oh, mon cœur. Horrible. Isabella Lomax says, this makes me so sad. I love this show. It is kind of sad, man. I don't know. Like it's the last fucking season. I think I'm going to have to try to find a way to watch it. Because I just want to know what happens. You know what I mean? Like, how do you fucking, man. And his character was like working on like the antidote or whatever. Like, he's a key part of the show. You can't just fast forward through his parts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be fucking, and it's like an ensemble. They're all together a lot of the time. The characters, the boys, hanging out. Mohsen, كيفك يا محسن يعطيك ألف عافية. Anyways, let's see what this guy said. Some freak fucking shit. Right here. Okay. Yeah. Look at this. So he was giving an interview here with someone. In a 2016 interview, Tomer Capone, Israeli star of the Boys series, casually admitted to taking part in the abduction, beating, looting, and harassment of Palestinians during his years in the IDF. Screenshots are Google translated. Source in the following tweet. Okay, so this is the interview from here. Okay. I'm going to read it with a French accent, okay? Oh, Nina Daly says, husband watching it. I'm going to have to put my foot down. DGDG says, just torrent it. I mean, I cannot, responsibly say to torrent it, but I mean, guys, find a way, You gotta One Piece it. In the middle of the night, you enter a family's house. You're not aggressive, but the family doesn't let you get their 18-year-old daughter out easily. And a fight starts. Holy shit. Okay, I'm not, this is like serious stuff, so I'm not going to do an accent while reading it. In the middle of the night, you enter a family's house. You're not aggressive, but the family doesn't let you get their 18-year-old daughter out easily. and a fight starts. So he's already talking about abducting an 18-year-old girl. He's entering like an innocent Palestinian family's home, and they want to grab the 18-year-old daughter. They're not even pretending to want to look for like a terrorist. They're not grabbing the man or the dad. They're going for the 18-year-old daughter. Obviously, the parents, regardless if the IDF have weapons on them or not, they're going to fight and defend their daughter. So a fight starts. Pushing, cursing, and we tear her apart and drive off. Holy shit. And when they say tear her apart, like, this could mean so many things. They tear her clothes apart. They physically tear her apart by either beating her or sexually harassing her or something. We tear her apart and drive off. We arrive, we take her out of the car. She's handcuffed, and I grab her by the arm, and she doesn't struggle, but she lets go of my grip, signaling me to give her a hand more gently. She's handcuffed, and I grab her by the arm, and she doesn't struggle, but she lets go of my grip, signaling me to give her a hand more gently. So he's roughhousing her. He's handling her with a lot of roughness. He's being aggressive with her. Again, she's just an 18-year-old girl. He's a fucking soldier, armed soldier in the army, just grabbing her violently. So she has to give him a signal to hold on to her more gently. Her eyes are, of course, covered with flannel. So he's saying that like she might be, covered, as in with a scarf. I bring her into the room, put her in, and see 8 other girls inside who look more or less the same. Kind of racist. And they close the door in your face. It was at uniform. After that, you serve in Nablus and stand at the Huwara checkpoint, not letting a father pass with his daughter, who is sick and needs to go to the hospital because they announced not to let anyone pass. So he's talking about serving in Nablus, and stand at the Huwara checkpoint. So he's standing at a checkpoint. He's not letting a father pass with a sick daughter. They need to get to the hospital. Now he says because they announced not to let anyone pass. So here he's trying to be like, well, look, I'm just following orders. They told us not to let anyone pass. So even if it's a dad with a sick daughter, I can't let them go. In this case, he is just following orders, but, you could just also not serve in the fucking IDF. The next day, someone is arrested and a weapon is found in his drawer. You and your friends attack him. Okay, so the next day, someone is arrested and a weapon is found in his drawer. You and your friends attack him. You beat him up. The next day. And by the way, those weapons, many a time, are planted. They'll plant evidence. They'll plant whatever it is they need to get these people to arrest them, to beat them. Sometimes they don't even need to plant anything. They just grab them without any pretext. And also, people are allowed to have weapons in their home to defend themselves. Just ask America. The Second Amendment. What if someone has a knife or like a little gun or a pistol, something to defend themselves from a robber or whatever? The next day, we went into a week-long operation inside the Nablus Kasbah, and I'm the commander. Children threw stones at us, and there were disturbances, and my friend fired a bullet. So children threw stones at them, there were disturbances, and his friend fired a bullet. So did they fire a bullet at the kids? Did they shoot the kids for fucking throwing some stones? Who did his friend shoot? Who did his friend kill? We don't know. Pressure, chaos, and lots of moments of disruption, of pranks at the checkpoints, impatience, the most banal stories. Someone is transporting fruit, so you disassemble the entire truck and open all the watermelons for him, make jokes. So he's just harassing a fruit salesman, putting apart all of his containers and slicing open the watermelons, like literally ruining his inventory just for a laugh, just for a prank. It's a funny prank at the checkpoint. Yeah, it's not so fucking funny for the Palestinians that you're harassing and whose lives you're ruining. Pranks on the checkpoints and patience, the most banal story. Someone is transporting fruit, so you disassemble the entire truck and open all the watermelons for him, make jokes, or take him a bag of fruit without him even knowing and tell him, come on, drive, just because you've been there for hours and you feel like dying. So they also steal fruit from the guy. They take fruit from the poor salesman. It's fucking crazy, bro. Marcus Nelson says, not the dangerous stones, anything but these horribly destructive stones. I know. Not kids throwing rocks. Take cover. Crazy, dude. So I thought this and this were the most of it. Like, I thought that was it. Here's a picture of him. And here's a pretty fucked little text. But no, there's also a video of him. Post October the 7th. This dude posted a video. Let's see what he had to say.
What the hell is going on? I'm in Israel. All right, so a lot of people have been asking me what the hell is going on. I'm in Israel at the moment, and basically
now that you know
my
he's Israeli,
country is.
Sorry, now that I can pause it. Now that you know that he's Israeli, and like he's a mega Zionist, he just looks like I see him completely differently. My image of him, because I used to like the character. I'll be honest with you, like I used to like the character. You know what I mean? Like the actor can't speak French for sure, but like the character was like relatively likable. It's kind of repetitive his whole relationship with Kumiko, and like he's kind of boring as a character, and they just repeat the same shit over and over again. But like in terms of like, I don't hate the guy, but now that I see him, I see the completely different side of him. I see the psychotic IDF soldier, Zionist, like one instant. All it takes is just knowing someone's a Zionist or someone's in the IDF, and I'm like, oh fuck, it's over.
All right, so a lot of people have been asking me what the hell is going on. I'm in Israel at
But the way he's switching, like, yep, fucking psycho.
the moment, and
He's in Israel too.
asking me what the hell is going on. I'm in Israel at the moment, and basically my country is under attack. Never did this in my life, so bear with me. Basically, imagine that you are waking up at 6:30 in the morning from the alarm, but it's not the alarm clock. It's a alarm that sounds like the end of the world is coming, like a nuclear alarm, and you flee into the safe room.
Oh no, he had to wake up to a warning, and because they have, you know, unlike the people in Gaza, who they've genocided, that he gets to wake up to an early alarm system that gets to alert him to run safely and skip safely over to the shelter. You know, what a horrible life you have. You know what I mean? Oh, how horrible. The people that you get to murder every single day,
Because
they get to respond with a couple of little rockets, and oh no!
4,000 missiles are flying over your head trying to kill your country, basically. And then a group of murderous, ruthless terror group called Hamas is coming in to villages and started shooting every
Ruthless, crazy murders.
country, basically. Missiles are flying over your head trying to kill your country, basically.
As if Hamas had the ability to kill Israel. Hamas and their rockets, folks. Hamas's rockets are going to kill Israel.
And then a group of murderous, ruthless terror group called Hamas is coming in to villages and started shooting everything that moves. Children, women, elderly, everything. Civilians who did nothing to them. Just killing, taking hostages, captivating them in their own house, humiliating them. There was a
Look, a lot of that is true, and there was a lot of disturbing stuff that came out of there. You know what I mean? Like, some of them were, like, filming what they were doing to the families and, like, on video calls with their families. Of course, it's horrible as well. You know what I mean? When innocent civilians get killed on either side. But not to excuse any of it, because that's what happens when you subjugate and you torture a population and you put them in an open-air prison for decade after decade after decade and steal their land and kill them and don't let them come back and have all sorts of laws that make them less than the Jewish population of the same country. They're not allowed to walk down the streets that they grew up on. All of that, blocking in food, blocking in aid, blocking in electricity, killing them year after year after year. What do you expect is going to happen at some point? It's going to get fucking ugly, bro. It's going to get ugly. It's going to smack you right in the fucking face.
big party. We have a holiday. Not that it matters, but we have a big captivating them in their own house, humiliating them. There was a big party. We have a holiday. Not that it matters, but we have a big holiday. So there was a big rave, a big party. They just got there with motorcycles.
Oh no, there was a rave right outside of the open-air concentration camp? A peace-loving Israeli hippies partying right next to a concentration camp. And by the way, it's the Israeli military that killed the vast majority of the people at the Nova fucking Music Festival. We've seen the footage of the burnt and blown up cars, my guy. We've all seen, and we've compared it with how Lebanon looks like after an Israeli bombing. It is literally the same thing.
And with vans with guns and started shooting. Till now, we don't know where a lot of these young, frightened people are. So before...
Why do you think... hey, Tomer, why do you think Hamas would do such a thing? Why do you think a Palestinian person... why do you think a Palestinian person would want to commit violence against an Israeli person? Did you ever take a moment to think about that?
I want to say a couple of things, but before that, I just want to send, my brothers in arms, the brave men and women who stand in the front line right now, protecting all of us. I want to send you strength and courage, and we hug you, and we love you, and we believe in you, and
special custom message to his brothers and sisters in the IDF. The only thing that makes it tolerable is Haley, these 5 gifted memberships. Let's go. Thanks so much, Haley. Just took that. Completely. Look at the. We just have to hear this again. W's in the chat for Haley, folks. Thank you so much. And yeah, like the stream, like Polish Pusher says.
Brothers in arms. I want to say a couple of...
This is his Quentin Tarantino moment.
Things, but before that, I just want to send, my brothers in arms, the brave men and women who stand in the front line right now, protecting all of us.
Bro, this guy's definitely shot some kids. This motherfucker has definitely shot some fucking kids, dude. Oh my god, what a fucking psycho. The brave, lovely men of the IDF, who I love, the brave brothers. Like, dude, you're sending out love and well wishes to a bunch of fucking Nazis.
I want to send you strength and courage, and we hug you, and we love you, and we believe in you, and thank you for your service and everything you're doing.
Hey, Frenchie, suce ma bite, salope de merde. Espèce de connasse. I speak French better than this motherfucker. I should have played Frenchie. Mon cœur. Oh, mon cœur. I can make the antidote. Butcher, come here. Quick. What are they called? Huey. Huey, no, mother's milk. Fils de pute. You see? There you go. Frenchie. Is it that hard? Mon cœur, mon cœur. Oh, tes cheveux. There you go. What? It's not that hard. God damn it, man. Pick up some Duolingo. Shit. Anyways, he's now officially... Oh, yeah, so EB, for example, Ethan's Basement, friend of the show, shared this tweet, says, this ruined the boys for me. Also, he can't speak French for shit. How has he not made any efforts in like 7 years of playing a French guy? So you see, friends of the show can't enjoy the show anymore. And Ethan's Basement is not the only person to feel this way. Like, it's going to be much harder for me to watch the show at this point. I think I'm still going to try to watch it. I got to get it done. Guys, I already sat through 4 seasons of this. Okay, forgive me. We're the ones getting genocided here. Cut me some slack. I'm not going to watch it on Amazon. Okay, we'll find a way. We'll find a way around it. And that's it. Now that I know that this guy's a fucking Zionist, nothing that he's ever in again. I will never start a show that this guy's in, okay? There's even an AJ Plus little report about this. It's nice to see that it's going viral. I'm sure this has come to his attention at this point, and that's what's important now. He knows that we know that he's a Zionist. He knows that we know that he's in the IDF, and we're going to keep an eye on him and keep our eyes away from his projects.
Fans of Amazon's show The Boys are calling for a boycott because an ex-Israeli soldier plays a French-Algerian character. Actor Tomer Capone, who plays Frenchie, previously boasted about his time in the Israeli army. In 2016, he talked about abducting an 18-year-old girl from her family home in Nablus. He also talked about working at Israeli checkpoints in territory that the Israeli army illegally occupies. There, he stopped a father and his sick daughter from crossing, as well as destroyed and stole produce from someone transporting fruit. He also briefly recalled his time commanding, where his subordinate fired a bullet at a group of children. Fans are now comparing Capone's character, Frenchie, a French-Algerian anti-hero with a heart, to Capone's actions when commanding in the Israeli army.
What the fuck, dude? And the show is all about, like, this group. Like, the show's kind of like the guys are in a resistance force, you gotta say. Like, you know what I mean? It's this ragtag team of, like, humans that are going against these super-powered fucking evil corporations and literal superheroes that are evil and, like, super corrupt. And, like, you know what I mean? So it's this, like, little rebellion, and they're trying to get... And the last season, I think, deals with, like... I mean, season 4, there was, like, setting up the rebellion, like, you know, the evil corporation, like, Vought versus the Starlight people. So He's literally playing like a revolutionary and a rebel on TV, and it's a show that is that just constantly shits on the right and the right wing, and they're boasting to be like leftist and left wing show and a left leaning show. You got a fucking IDF soldier playing a main fucking character, and it's not like he's a reformed IDF soldier who's like apologized for his service or who feels bad for being in the IDF or anything. Like, no, he's out there fucking wishing luck to his fucking brothers and sisters in arms. Like, that's fucked, man. I think now though, studios should be aware. Like, they know that young people don't fuck with Israel, so I think they know better now than to cast Israelis. I think anything made by Paramount is going to have Israelis in it. I think that's going to be the only studio that's hiring Israeli actors. Everyone else, like Paramount and Warner Brothers, whatever Paramount owns, there's going to be Israelis in there. But everything else, I think we're going to be fine. Also, Daredevil, the lady who plays Fisk's wife, Vanessa Aylet Zurer. Also, I just found out that she's a Zionist. She was in the IDF as well. Aylet Zurer, IDF. Is there a photo of her in the IDF? No, but she was in the Israeli army as well. This lady right here. She's in Daredevil Season 2, Born Again. Good news, though. Spoilers, guys. Okay, spoiler alert. Okay, I think I had a spoiler button somewhere, didn't I? Let me see. Is it still here? Yeah, there you go. Spoiler alert. She dies in episode 4 of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. I just found out like 2 days ago that she was in the IDF, and then she died the next day on the show. How fucking perfect is that? Literally, 2 days ago, I'm like, what? This lady's in the IDF? She's a Zionist? Boom, episode 4 of season 2. She dead. You can't make this shit up. It's too perfect. So yeah, she gone now. She also kind of looks like Gal Gadot. Like there's like a type. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of Gal Gadot in this lady. They definitely have a type, yo. Dreadful Utopia, thank you so much for being here. Yes, sorry for the spoilers, guys. Sorry for the spoilers. But yeah, she did. Okay. EZZB says, The Boys and Euphoria are 2 shows I'm going to finish to complete a task. I'm not excited. I think Euphoria, I'm not going to touch that. I don't think I'm touching Euphoria Season 3. I've seen the first 2 seasons. I think I'm good on that show. I think I'm good to skip it. I've heard some things that are happening in Season 3. I think I'm all right. You know what I mean? I think I'm okay. Boys, I'm going to finish just because it's a little bit more up my alley. You know what I mean? But, like, it's fucked. Sarah says, your channels are growing. Well, thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I don't look at that stuff too much no more, Sarah. We've already hit 30K, and then I tasted the bitter taste of going back down. So, going up a few hundred subscribers, it's all good in the hood, you know. But thank you so much, Sarah. She does look. Haley agrees with me. She does look kind of like Gal Gadot. Let's see if there's a side by side. Look, oh, there definitely look, you know. There's some similarities. Like that's her, that's Gal Gadot right here. Baltar says she took the substance and Gal Gadot emerges from her. That's so funny. It's very accurate. Speaking of Israel, Chris sent me this actually. This is a new trend happening in Israel where kids are prank calling their parents and pretending to be collecting money for children in Gaza to see how their parents react. Fun times. Israelis always have the greatest social media trends, don't you think?
פתחתי חברת תרומות לילדים עזתיים. האם היית רוצה לתרום? לילדים עזתיים. מה זה ילדים עזתיים? אנחנו הורסים להם את הבתים, ואנחנו צריכים גם לבנות להם, מה זאת אומרת? אבל אני גם אבוא יערות לבית שלך, אני אבוא. מה זאת אומרת? ילדים עזתיים, את אומרת לי? כן. מה כן? כן, ילדים עזתיים, הם, אתה יודע, בסוף הם לא החמאס.
A new prank is trending in Israel. Teenagers calling their parents, pretending to ask if they'd like to donate to children in Gaza. Their aim? To capture their parents' reactions.
My parents are so much more genocidal than yours. Don't forget, these are other than like they've had social media trends of them dressing up like Palestinians, putting veils on their heads, busting up their teeth, putting dirt on their faces and pretending to be bombed. They've done social media trends of them like turning on the water faucet and turning on like the electricity and opening their fridge and finding it fully stocked to make fun of Palestinians when they blockaded electricity, water, and food from entering Gaza. Like, those are the things that that Israelis do for fun on social media. And then they call us the crazy fucking terrorists. Are you fucking shitting me?
זקנים שהורסים לה את הבית, שצה"ל, הצבא כיבוש.
For them, it's a joke.
שלום, מדברת שילת, אני מעמותת יד לתורם, אני רוצה לדעת אם את מעוניינת לתרום לילדים עזתים מהרצועה. לילדים עזתים מהרצועה שחייבים את הכסף הזה בשביל המחיה שלהם, אין להם אוכל. לילדים עזתים שחייבים...
Oh my god, my parents are so racist. She's so funny. Mom, you're so funny.
For months, thousands of Palestinian children have been killed, starved, and left homeless. This mindset is not new. For years, Israeli politicians and media have pushed narratives that portray all Palestinians, including children, as threats.
Yeah. T Talks with Shah makes sense. Says I can call my parents off a payphone and they know. Yeah, how are these people not recognizing their own kids? Maybe they're prank calling other people. Maybe they're not calling their parents. Like, maybe there's some kind of misunderstanding. Because like, how do the parents not recognize their voices, dude?
The dehumanization has been used to justify
The biggest enemy is the children of Gaza.
the ongoing siege.
And you don't need to watch this whole thing. It's just like another crazy. It's just insane what these people are doing. Okay. I just got to open up one link. Okay, Shiza. 1 second. So let's talk about the ugliest Israeli human being to ever live. This guy has gone, as I'm sorry to bring it, trigger warning, I'm sorry to bring him back up. Haley, this guy was on the thumbnail, unfortunately, but we got to talk about this, folks. So this guy pulled up this cover of L'Espresso magazine, okay, of this is IDF soldier. I thought he was just a settler, but this guy's in the IDF, okay. And this was the cover of the magazine, okay? Just an IDF soldier, okay? Just some guy harassing this Palestinian woman, okay, as IDF soldiers usually do. Rabbi Pupko says, Italy's magazine Espresso Online publishing anti-Semitic Der Strumer, where the imagery should clarify where they got this image from. So he's calling this anti-Semitic Der Strumer worthy. Like, this guy's like, how holy? Where did they get this caricature of a Jewish person? Where did they get this hideous image of this monstrosity and trying to pass him off as Jewish? This is anti-Semitic. The military vest worn here is no longer in use by the IDF. The wedding ring and bracelet are never worn by the ultra-Orthodox men. The formation of the beard and kippah are outlandish, and of course the very bizarre smile showing teeth are unnatural. So he thinks it's like an AI fabrication. He thinks like this is crazy. Like, there are no Jewish men dressed like this. The hair doesn't match. The kippah that he's wearing, the teeth are unnatural and just bizarre. A bizarre smile. It's all outlandish. Like, what is this? He has a hard time believing this is a real image, folks. And then when you scroll down, there's a community note. Are they going to clarify that this is a fake image? No. They say the image on this special cover is a real photograph taken by Italian photographer Pietro Masturzo as part of a West Bank settlers reportage. The same man appears in other photos by AFP's Hazem Badr. So as you guys can see, this is not a fake photo. And there's another full photo that's even worse. Look at that. The full photo is even worse. Look at this. Look at this hideous monstrosity. Hey, Dennis says he doesn't even look evolved. That he looks like a caveman. Like, I don't even know what to call this fucking guy. We have some close-ups. Here's a nice little close-up. I'm sorry. Oh my god, the dog on the right is fucking scary. Dude, this is fucking crazy, man. Like the teeth, the smile, the eyes, the hair. I mean, the guy's got a solid hairline, huh? He's got no forehead. He's got just is all hairline. God damn, bro. How does this happen? How does something like this even happen? But then we have different angles. Look. Oh my, dude, this angle's even worse. Look at this angle, guys. There's another angle. Yes, it is a wedding ring. The dude is married and has had children. He's had children. There's a woman out there who has accepted to lay with this man. Dear Lord. Oh my God. Haley D says he looks like caveman SpongeBob. You know what's funny? I watched that episode for the first time in my life like 2 months ago, so I actually get that reference. Thank you so much, Haley, for the generous $2 dono. Brian Tasman says pro-Israel accounts have been insisting all day that this photo of an Israeli soldier mocking a Palestinian woman is a fake image. Turns out the same soldier was photographed by the New York Times. And here he is. From a New York Times photo. Look at him. Handsome, handsome man. Arguing with Palestinians as well. Fucking piece of shit, man. Oh my God. There's even video footage.
There you can see the Israeli man in the wild. He's approaching a group of Palestinians. His natural instinct is to steal their land.
I gotta try to do my... 1 second. I gotta try to do my David Attenborough.
There, they follow the water. The natural instinct of the Israeli is to take land that isn't his. There, they can build settlements for their little inbred offspring. They always follow the water, for as they come from dry, arid land, yet there is always a chance to survive by simply stealing others' land. But first, he must find a mate with whom to copulate. Growing his hair is a way to signal to the female that he is ready to lay and make children. The female is not impressed. So, he decides to do something else. He reveals his teeth. His final attempt at finding a wife.
This is kind of... I think the AI here kind of fucks with his teeth because his teeth are kind of worse than this. Let's go to the OG, the full photo. Yeah, but his teeth are fucking worse, man. Jess says, Anthony, thank you, guys. I should be a voice actor. Thank you. I agree.
He has found his next prey.
Anyways, yeah, this is gonna ruin my voice. I gotta go get some honey. Bloink. So we got some video footage. The man's real. I've got Matt Lieb, folks. Matt Lieb, okay. Says, oh my fucking God, that's literally just a picture of his face. So you could be an Israeli Zionist freak and think that this is an AI fabrication that is anti-Semitic, or you can accept that this is just some Jewish dude in Israel, okay? And accept it for what it is. Accept it for what it is. Cameron Kasky says they called people anti-Semitic for sharing this photo. No, it's unedited. This is what Israeli occupation looks like. This is how Jewish settlers behave around Palestinians. I've seen it firsthand. Don't like seeing it. Stop supporting Israel because they will not be changing. I think this guy's just a settler, by the way. I don't think this guy's in the IDF. I think he's just a fucking settler. "3x gum to teeth ratio according to Marcus Nelson." Guys, I'm going to get Dihone. This guy stays on screen for just 1 second. He gone. And my honey's here. Okay. God, this guy's disgusting. This was really funny. Where is it? Is it here? Boom, look at this. I'm from Lebanon, and these are my neighbors. Folks, can it get any worse than this? What the fuck are these? What are we fucking dealing with here, bro? What are... And these look like the guys that... Remember Moshe who got killed? What's happening over here? Yo, DG or Hui just gifted 5 Do Not Worry memberships. Let's go. Thank you so much, DG. That's so kind, so generous. We got 10 new members today, folks. Love you guys so much. That is so kind. And Haley D with the $5 super chat. Says he looks like the kind of creature that would have been abandoned as an infant. This guy's got like an origin story to be a comic book supervillain. You know what I mean? Kind of like the Penguin. I was hideous. My parents abandoned me in front of a mansion. Ah, the Penguin. What's his name? Cobblepot? Something Cobblepot? Okay, let me get rid of this picture. It's disturbing. Sorry, guys. Yeah, these are some fucking people, man. These are some fucking freaks. Do I have Moshe's picture? Anyways. We are going to move on into some of the recent Israeli aggressions into Lebanon, and then we're going to jump into the negotiations. The negotiations. Like Mr. Mardukas. What's his name? I've been watching this analyst guy. What's his name? Alexander Mercouris. Says negotiations. Elias made me watch this guy, so I'm watching him with him. The negotiations are taking place. He's going to say negotiations like 30 times. Look at this.
Indeed seek to try to break the Iranian stranglehold on the Strait of Hormuz. 2 U.S. Navy Arleigh Burke destroyers equipped with Tomahawk missiles and Aegis air defense systems. According to the United States...
Haley sends a $5 super chat and says, at least, I guess at least they're not purple with sausage fingies. That would have been even worse. That would have been even worse.
During the period of the ceasefire, even as the talks were underway, actually transited through the Strait of Hormuz, opening the way.
I need you guys to hear him say negotiations.
To disaster. And, well, there's also been many reports, much speculation, about the US Navy undertaking forceful action to wrest control of the Strait of Hormuz, to push the Iranians away from the Strait of Hormuz. The president seems at various times to have dabbled with this idea, claimed that the US Navy, though that,
come on, man,
or whether they're still within the Persian Gulf, in which case I'm going to say straight away that they would be extremely vulnerable.
Okay, we can't waste any time on this guy. Anyways, let me go back to opening up some more links. Okay, we'll get into the negotiations. Okay, we'll open this up as well. Guys, I'm hungry. I went to the gym. I had a chicken sandwich afterwards, but I need a second chicken sandwich. One chicken sandwich wasn't enough. I'll be honest with you guys. It was not enough.
Israel and Lebanon have begun direct negotiations in Washington.
Negotiations. Okay. I'm just opening up some more links. That way, guys, everything's ready. What do you think?
Let's now speak to Daniel Levy, president of the US Middle East Project and a former...
To give a brief update, you will...
Silence! Okay. You guys ready? as we have Lebanese representatives currently in the U.S. talking peace and doing negotiations with Israel, Israel is still bombing the living shit out of Lebanon. So that's very important to keep that in mind, which is why what is happening today and having Lebanese representatives talking about peace and making peace negotiations is fucking insane because we're still getting fucking trounced and bombed. According to CNRS Lebanon, 40,000, and you know, we're always out here mourning the people, mourning the women, the children, the men, you know, always mourning them. But what about the housing units? Okay? 40,000 housing units have been destroyed or heavily damaged in just 35 days. 60% of total war damage since October 2023. Most affected areas are southern Beirut suburbs, Nabatieh, Bint Jbeil, Sur. CNRS LNCNE continues evidence-based monitoring. Folks, RIP to the men, RIP to the women, and RIP to the children. And RIP to the housing units. Okay, people have been building these homes for fucking decades, saving up, generational homes. Some of them just fucking bought prefab homes, prefabricated homes, just installed them over their old homes. Like, bam, this is quicker and cheaper. And then they destroyed those again. So RIP to the housing units, okay? Gone but not forgotten. To give you guys some examples of the amount of dead kids that have happened here in Lebanon, less than 1% of casualties in Ukraine are children because they're fighting with the Russians, who are apparently, you know, way more ethical in their warfare. That number in Lebanon is 14%, and in Gaza it is 30%. Insane numbers. When it comes to Arabs, how okay the world is with just murdering Arab kids, huh? Isn't that fucking crazy? White kids, be careful. 1%. God bless. I wish it's got to be 0% everywhere in the world. 0%. But here, Lebanon just 14%, Gaza 30%. Yalla. Our kids are worthless. Our blood is considered worthless. I mean, insanely sad. I don't know what else to fucking say. This is the village of Taibe in Lebanon. Just these are being detonated. So like they're taking their time. They're going through the entire village, installing bombs and explosives throughout the whole fucking village so they can get this beautiful footage for their video montages. This is Nour, Lebanon. Sorry about that. Trigger warning for the sound. Still very loud. Sorry about that, guys. Don't forget, peace talks are ongoing. This is the village of Al Khiyam in southern Lebanon. Nope, before and after. This is what it was, teeming with life, homes. Look at that shit now, man. Oh my god, dude. Nothing is left standing. Completely razed to the ground. Every single home, every single structure. Look at this. Wherever you look, it's all gone. It's all gone. They've left nothing. They've literally left nothing. Crazy. This is Bint Jbeil. Same thing. Before and after. Almost every single structure completely destroyed. You can see a few orange roofs left here and there. Completely gone. Like they, no, even those places, like this one house seems like it might, because the roof is still like bright orange. This is from a couple days ago. Israel escalates double tap strike on rescue crews in Lebanon. This weekend, Israeli forces carried out a surge of documented double tap strikes targeting first responders over the weekend, even after Lebanese authorities formally pleaded against attacks on medical teams. A Lebanese Red Cross unit came under direct Israeli drone fire Sunday during a humiliation ritual. What the fuck? During a humanitarian, so Lebanese Red Cross unit came under direct Israeli drone fire Sunday during a humanitarian mission on the road to Beit Yahoun, killing paramedic Hassan Badawi and wounding another who was taken to Tebnina Governmental Hospital, according to Lebanon's Red Cross. At least 3 double tap strikes were reported Friday night, 2 more on Saturday, at least 1 on Sunday. I'm presuming this is Hassan Badawi, RIP. Killing more heroes, killing more aid workers and healthcare professionals. Israel's bulldozers are wiping out civilian homes, tourist sites, and hotels in Nour, South Lebanon, not military targets. South Lebanon is being erased, like Gaza before. This is an American-backed, American-funded genocide. So Israeli bulldozers are just destroying any home that's in their way, hotels, whatever it is. Tourist site, anything that could host people, anything that suggests that people can come back and sleep there and get shelter, it's being destroyed. Desiree says, I was supposed to fly to Lebanon today. Damn, that sucks. Sorry about that, Desiree. This is pretty funny. Benjamin Netanyahu pretended to be in South Lebanon and filmed like a whole video surrounded by all these dumb fucks being like, oh, we're in South Lebanon, we're claiming a great victory, we're doing great. We are taking South Lebanon and we are, I love, okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting my Netanyahu and my Bernie Sanders accents mixed up, but I think I got Netanyahu again. Cold Stone Creamery. We are here in South Lebanon right now. Hebrew media refuses Netanyahu. I can't. I don't know. I'm getting lost between. I have 2 voices in my head at the same time. Anyways, Hebrew media refutes Netanyahu's claim of entering southern Lebanon after he claimed to be in the proud south. Hebrew Channel 13 responds, stating that he is hiding in a fortified shelter from which the clip was filmed. This, according to them, damages the credibility of the entity. He only came out to film this media propaganda. Behind him in this picture is a complete Zionist communication station, which cannot be located in southern Lebanon. So as you can see, there's like a fully built comm station, which is not in South Lebanon. This motherfucker is out there filming videos in Israel, pretending to be standing on Lebanese soil. Anyways, the thought of this man walking on Lebanese soil just is disgusting. It is horrible. Again, any Israeli walking on our land is a violation. They are raping our land, and I'm not using this word lightly. Any Israeli soldier walking on our land is raping our land, is violating our land, and is desecrating our land. Books Behind Borders tweets, is anyone talking about the maternity hospital Israel hit in Lebanon with over 300 casualties, or are we just all immune to it? I honestly hadn't even heard of that until I saw this fucking tweet. Here is a report from Lebanon. Sorry for all of the despair. This is a report from Lebanon.
Look at the size of this building and how much has been attacked. And this is large areas of the southern suburbs. Underneath, you can still see the boxes of what look like tea and cereal. Lots of personal items all around. This is a very densely packed area. And all the time we've been here, there's been an Israeli drone overhead.
This used to be a young family's home. The father is a Lebanese army soldier. He wasn't there when the bombs began dropping. His little girl's colouring books are still there, along with her baby walker, her bracelets and hairbands. She was 4 years old and called Lamar, an angel to her family.
Oh my God, she's gone.
When they found her body, she'd been decapitated. Her mother was killed with her. Their neighbours are absolutely against any negotiations with Israel.
We don't mind having more bloodshed if this will end in our victory. We can't have them killing our babies and then talk to them.
Look at the size of this building.
Yeah, so this attack happened yesterday, the day before peace talks and the day before negotiations. They decapitated this man's 4-year-old little angel baby daughter. And then you want this guy to be okay with peace talks. Let's have peace talks with Israel. Marco Rubio, let's go. What the fuck is going on, man? What are we doing here? You want peace with a nation that kills children and takes glee in killing children? How have we come so low? I showed this on Better Left Unsaid on Sunday with the boys, but this is Israel using white phosphorus. A war crime. This is the town of El Tairi. Extremely illegal, a war crime to use white phosphorus in any war setting. This is the town of Juya, Lebanon. This was today. This was today. This is the day of the negotiations, by the way. Negotiations. This is the today. Here's an Israeli soldier standing in front of a Hezbollah memorial in the center of Bint Jbeil, southern Lebanon. Bint Jbeil, I just showed you guys the before and after of Bint Jbeil. It's being completely demolished, and there's a massive fire, like very intense battle happening right now between the Israelis and Hezbollah. Israel, the IDF tried to take Bint Jbeil multiple times. They tried to take it in, I think, 2006 and failed miserably. So them trying to capture Bint Jbeil would be like a symbolic and moral victory for them. Like, they tried to get Bint Jbeil before, they weren't able to. So if they managed to get that town from Hezbollah, they're going to consider that a big victory. So now here's one of their soldiers standing in front of Hezbollah memorial that is literally just a memorial honoring dead Lebanese fighters that stood against the IDF and stood against Israel and died to defend their Lebanese land. And this guy's just like desecrating this memorial by standing in front of it. How horrible is that? Polish Pusher, W's, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the generous donation, Polish. It says, it won't let me say what I want to say, but fuck and fuck, insert country names, sanctions and expulsion from NATO. I agree with you, Polish. I agree with you. We all agree with you. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry for the censorship, guys. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I don't know if it's just my YouTube channel or everybody else's YouTube channels, but it is impossible to say almost anything in my super chats. Middle East Observer. Here's a Lebanese Christian lady. Ooh, Lemon Mint Cat just renewed their membership for the channel. Thank you so much, Lemon Mint Cat, for becoming a member and supporting the channel. We got 11 members today. That's so fucking awesome. Thank you so much. This is a Lebanese lady talking about how like she doesn't want peace with Israel. Okay, very low audio. We can't hear it. I didn't even want to watch it anyways. What's next? Okay, now we're going to get into the negotiations. But before we get into negotiations, let me just take a quick little detour, because there's a couple things that I wanted to talk about that I completely forgot at the start of this video. At the start of the stream, I wanted to talk about. First of all, I've done over 200 streams. I was thinking about it last time. Like, how many streams have I done? I'm like well over 200 live streams, and that's not even counting the gaming stuff. So I just wanted to like mention that real quick. Like, I went from being a once-a-week podcast pre-recorded to we've now gone over 200 live streams under our belt. That's in like how long have I been live streaming? Has it been a year so far? I think it's been over a year that I've been live streaming. So just a quick break. We're going to jump into the Lebanese negotiations, I promise. Little break. 1 year of 200 live streams at the very least, folks. Isn't that fucking crazy? Let me scroll down to my live streams. And I haven't counted. Like, it's over 200. It's like 205, 210 live streams. There's some that I've deleted. There's some members' live streams. Okay, so the first live stream was January 20th, 2025. January 20th, 2025. So, right at the start of 20... So it's been a little over a year. A little over a year. So it's been like a year and 3 months. Damn, yo. That's fucking crazy. La Jolie Fleur says, I've watched you since you had blonde hair. Oh my god, you've been around for a while. It's crazy. Yeah, like it feels like the start of my streaming feels like a second, like, you know what I mean? Like a second age of the show. The show was one thing before when we were doing the pre-recorded podcast, and for the last like year and a half, I've just been streaming. Am I now a professional streamer? Do I qualify as a professional streamer? Like, can I say now I'm a streamer, or like I'm a YouTuber? Let me make a poll. Am I a professional streamer? Yes or no? You guys be honest, okay? That's fucking crazy. Like I think I'm now officially a streamer, right? I stream 4 to 5 times a week, like 15 hours a week or something. I'm putting in the work. Everybody saying yes? Okay, let's go. People are saying yes. Thank you, guys. I'm officially a streamer. That's it. I think I qualify now. There's still one thing, like if my OBS were to like explode and I had to start over tomorrow, I still don't know if I would be able to set it up completely by myself. But like shit, I'll still figure that out. Jess says professional streamer. Thank you. I'm professional streamer. I appreciate. Also, just a little at the end of Better Left Unsaid on Sunday, just as soon as I click end stream, we get a $50 donation from Cedar Down Under. I took a photo of it because I felt so bad we didn't get to read it live on stream. He said, hate the massive time difference. Now had to come late, but excited to rewatch this at work. Lol, Cedar Down Under. I don't know if you're going to see this. Thank you so much for that generous super chat. That was fucking sweet. And Chris also sent us a $2 super chat right underneath us at Celsius. Greater than Fahrenheit 80 degrees. That's boiling hot. I don't know what he was talking about, but Chris, thank you for that $2 dono. Both of you coming in clutch. And Cedar Down Under, again, with such a big dono. I felt really bad literally, I clicked end stream and we got 2 super chats. So thank you so much. Very much love and appreciate you guys. And I'm ashamed to even show you this one. I had to talk about it though, because I bitched and moaned so much about this. We have to talk about this. Project Hail Mary. I'm not going to talk about the movie. We know what happened. IMAX. There was no IMAX, and I bitched and moaned like, oh, I can't watch it in IMAX. Should I watch it? Should I not watch it? What do I do? And then I finally watched it. I went to a regular theater. Okay, I tried to call IMAX, and they were like, you have to book the whole theater for $3,000, and you have to pay us $3,500 to book the whole thing, book the 400 tickets, and then you can watch it. I'm like, we're not going to fucking do that. You guys are crazy. And then I'm like, would you guys? And I was speaking to Nancy, the manager of the Vox Cinema, the only IMAX screen in Lebanon. I was like, Nancy, would they ever bring Project Hail Mary back on IMAX? Oh, why is my chat box not here? I was like, would Project Hail Mary ever, like, you know, because now Mario's in the IMAX screen, but would Project Hail Mary ever be shown in the IMAX screen again? She was like, no, it doesn't usually happen, you know? So you got to rent it if you want it for $4,000. I was like, no, watched it in a regular screen, and I moved on with my life. Well, I was going through the Vox Cinema app just to see if any new movies came out, just to see, you know, what's happening. And what do I see? Project Hail Mary with an IMAX screening at 7 fucking p.m. Look at this. They brought it back. They brought it back for one screening only. I mean, it's still on. Like every day there's one Project Hail Mary IMAX screening at 7 p.m. And Nancy lied to me. They told me they would not do this. And I screenshotted this today. This is a fresh one. Look, tomorrow you can watch it. Thursday. I trusted them. They almost, what's even worse, okay, they almost made me pay $4,000, bro. Like, they would have been okay with me having to, like, rent out a theater and, like, how am I going to get 400 people to buy tickets and, like, fucking worry my ass off when in just a couple weeks later, they put it back in an IMAX screen? Nancy, Vox, what's happening here? Now, luckily, the movie, I watched it, overrated as hell, in my opinion. It's still a nice, fun movie, but, like, definitely very overrated. And there aren't that many scenes that would have looked that good in IMAX, so I don't feel that bad. Of course, I'm still filled with regret, of course, and seeing this now stings because I'm not willing to watch it a second time. It's not that, if it was that good of a movie, if I had loved Project Hail Mary, I would have watched it a second time. But guess what? It's not good enough to watch a second time. It's not good enough for me to spend another 3 hours in a fucking movie theater. So if it was good enough, I would have done it. Believe it or not, I would have sat through that fucking 155 minutes again if it was good, but it wasn't good enough. Not to watch twice. But goddamn you, Nancy. Cedar Child says, love from Australia. Ooh, what's up with Every Lebanese person in Australia has Cedar in their name. I love it. Cedar child. Oh, you related to Cedar down under? Cedar child. Do you come from a land down under? Zaytoon Zero says, wait for the Odyssey this summer. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna watch the Odyssey in IMAX. I'm not missing that out. I'm not gonna miss out on that. Holy fuck! I might kill someone to get a ticket, the Odyssey ticket in IMAX. Okay, kill. And I'd rather watch Odyssey in like an American IMAX screen, but I don't think I'm gonna be going to America visiting my parents, depending on all this war stuff. It's gonna be hard. But yeah. Anyways, just wanted to share this little update about Project Hail Mary. I watched it in a regular screening for nothing, guys. God damn it, Nancy. Anyways, let us talk about Lebanon negotiating. Okay, I gotta find the guy saying negotiations. I'm sorry. You guys need to understand the reference because I'm gonna say negotiating a lot. Okay. I'm sorry. We're doing it. What's his name? Alexander Mercudis. He really says it a lot, man. You guys gotta believe me. I'm not lying. I ain't lying.
Maybe New York Times by Vice President Vance has arrived in Islamabad, and we now absolutely definitely do have confirmation that there is an Iranian delegation in Islamabad also. And The Guardian has provided us, it is not the case that the conflict in Iran between the United States and Iran.
We're literally, as soon as he says negotiations, we'll stop watching this.
Iran and Israel has ended, not by any means, but we are in a period that has been described by Speaker Ghalibaf of the Iranian parliament as one of pause. And obviously, during a time of pause, there is to say that there is no reporting at all. As of the last few hours, the American delegation, led by Vice President Vance, has arrived in Islamabad. And we now absolutely definitely do have confirmation that there is an Iranian delegation in Islamabad also. And The Guardian has provided us with the total makeup of the Iranian delegation. It is headed by Speaker Ghalibaf, backup of top security and economic officials, including, interestingly, representatives of Iran's central bank in the Iranian delegation. I don't have the same information about the American delegation. The only members of it that I'm informed of are Vance, the vice president.
Come on, Polish pusher with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Polish. Says there is no amount of apology or restitution that Nancy could give that will make us feel whole again. So much stress for nothing. So much complaining. I drove everyone mad with this. Poor Demi had to sit there and listen to me bitch about IMAX for so fucking long. You guys, I did like an hour and a half of content on just the IMAX stuff. Come to think of it.
Who is leading it, and Witkoff and Kushner. But I would like to believe that just as the Iranians have brought a very powerful team of experts with them, the United States this time is doing the same thing. I have discussed in many programs, both in relation to the negotiations, that the United
States... No, there, he said negotiations. Okay, there we go. Let's slow it down.
Programs, both in relation to the negotiations.
Negotiations. We're going to have negotiations. Okay, now you know where this comes from.
Many programs, both in relation to the negotiations that the United States has conducted with Russia since President Trump's inauguration on the 20th.
So, we're going to talk about some negotiations, okay? Mr. Alexander Mercudis, thank you. Marina sends a $2 donut. Says, Nancy's the new Karen. Nancy's the new Karen. She is. Poor Nancy. I hope she never sees this. Or I hope she does. Nancy, شو عملت فيه يا نانسي؟ سألتك. قلنا لك حترجعوا تحطوا IMAX. قلتي لي لا. استاذ. Most, she didn't say no. She said most probably not, to be fair. She said most probably not. And I was like, we got one shot, Nancy. One opportunity. The negotiations. Okay, he says it 100 times. This guy's great. Okay, so let's talk about the negotiations. Starting with a tweet from Sami Hirmes saying negotiations between Lebanon and the Israeli state will not lead to disarmament because only one armed party will be at the table. It can't get simpler than that. Exactly. How do you have a negotiation? How do you have ceasefire and peace talks when one party is holding the bat, is holding the weapon, and the other party is just like, whoop, we got nothing, whoop, whoop. And you're not involving the resistance, which is our only leverage. In fact, they're both teaming up to take out the resistance, which is our leverage. Megan K. Stack says, as Lebanese and Israeli governments move towards talks, let's recall Israel and the U.S. are now pushing the Lebanese army to disarm Hezbollah, but Israel has been successfully lobbying for years to prevent the Lebanese army from becoming too strong or well armed. Jad Shaban, and I retweeted this today. This to me is very accurate. It says Lebanon is asked to surrender, drop all weapons, and have a weak army with no aerial defense in return for peace with a Zionist expansionist regime that made it clear it wants to occupy and settle in all of the Levant. This is not negotiation. This is subjugation. Amen. Let's read that again. Lebanon is asked to surrender, drop all weapons, and have a weak army with no aerial defense in return for peace with a Zionist expansionist regime that made it clear it wants to occupy and settle in all of the Levant. This is not negotiation. This is subjugation. And again, remember, we've talked about this before. Our Lebanese military is not allowed to have air defense systems. We don't have jets. We don't have anything. We are not allowed to be able to defend ourselves against Israel because they purposefully want us to be weak. They don't want a single Arab military or regional military to be able to stand up to Israel. This is part of the plan. We are not allowed to have a well-funded and well-equipped military. We get the hand-me-downs from the U.S. Army and other militaries. You get their old Jeeps, their old helicopters, their old whatever the fuck. That's how we do here. Polish Pusher, good night. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all the generous donors and for supporting the channel. Much love. Nasser El Amin tweets that Axios reports that our government has proposed to the Israelis that they return to terrorizing only the people of the South with endless attacks, drones surveilling their every move and assassinations. If true, they're setting the South up to be the sacrificial lamb for Lebanon. So as you guys know, there's been 15,000 violations, ceasefire violations by Israel over a period of 15 months here in Lebanon, where they've been bombing the South and attacking South Lebanon and killing. They've killed 500 individuals in those 15 months, but they haven't touched the rest of Lebanon. What the Lebanese government is aiming to do is just go back to that status quo. Like, hey, you guys, you want to keep bombing Hezbollah? Bomb them over there. Bomb them in the South. Do whatever the fuck you want in the South. Just leave the rest of us out of it. Leave the Christians and the Sunnis and, everyone else out of it. Just bomb the South. So they're just so willing to sell off and sell out half of their people. Zain Akhida says, Israel publicly rejects ceasefire in Lebanon, but analysts close to Iran leadership say it will be gradual. Already attacks on Beirut and its southern suburbs have stopped. On Tuesday, there will be a ceasefire as guaranteed by the U.S. Now, again, I don't know if that's confirmed. Hopefully, we can get some more details right now as we're watching. A lot of this stuff is breaking live right now. But there have been fewer attacks on Beirut the last couple of days. There was nothing today, as far as I know. They're still attacking the shit out of the South, but in Beirut, there's been a slowdown the last couple of days. It's been a bit quieter. So maybe there is some truth to this tweet right here. Oof. Secretary of State Marco Rubio will host a meeting Tuesday, which is today, between the Israeli and Lebanese ambassadors in Washington to launch direct negotiations between the countries. I cannot believe this. This fucking clown, and I'm sorry, I just gotta have this video saved. I gotta have this video saved. This
on
guy,
foreign policy, America continues to be
sorry, nasty motherfucker.
indispensable to the goal of global liberty. On foreign policy, America continues to be indispensable to the goal of global liberty, property, and safeguarding human rights. The world is a better place when America is the strongest nation on earth.
Cottonmouth's getting to him. His mouth's getting dry. He's getting a little cottonmouth.
But we can't remain powerful if we don't have an economy that can afford it. In the short time that I've been here in Washington, nothing has frustrated me more than false choices like the one the president laid out tonight. The choice isn't just between big government or big business.
Oh,
what we need is an...
Marco Rubio. This man is mediating talks between Lebanon and Israel, folks. This guy's going to make it home. Bring it home, Marco! Oh, my God. So what do we got here? So it happened. Look at this. This is fucking crazy. From right, we got the Lebanese ambassador, Nada Hameda. We sent a woman, folks. I don't know if you guys knew that. Friend of the show here, the guy who used to be a patron and who canceled his Patreon. Remember, the guy was the annoying little dude. Well, He was very excited to announce this a couple days ago. He's since blocked me on Twitter. Why would he do that? But he tweeted this out. I'm so happy that the first official Lebanese person conducting direct talks with Israel is a woman. We're with you, Nadim. Now, this is the equivalent of Ela Klein, you know what I mean? Being like, oh my God, the female pilots bombing Iran are women. Girl power, let's go, girl bosses. So this is like such a girl boss moment. Like you got Lebanese, like fucking Ralph. Of course Ralph would love this. I'm so happy that the first official Lebanese person conducting direct talks with the devil is a woman. Literally, just replace Israel with the devil. We're with you, Nadim. Go talk to the devil. Like, what the? She's a woman. So I quote tweeted this. And I was like, oh my God, guys, a woman will negotiate on our behalf with a genocidal ethno-state that has repeatedly threatened to send our country back to the Stone Age. And it's being mediated by the U.S. Do we have any leverage? No. Are we negotiating from a position of strength? No. But a woman. So he got upset. He got kind of upset at me. What did he do later? Then he says, Axis fanboy Anthony is really excited to keep living in endless war, so maybe he should just stop his podcast and go to the south, resist with his besties Hezbollah, the death cult. He missed that the vast majority of Lebanese people are fed up with wars and want peace, including with Israel. Yeah, the majority of Lebanese people don't want peace with Israel. Dumbass. What other solutions does he have to end this misery? None. He also forgot that his... Motherfucker, I'm not in the government. My job is not to come up with fucking solutions to geopolitical problems, okay? Do you have any fucking solutions, you dumbass? None. He also forgot that his besties, Hezbollah, are the ones who didn't leave Lebanon any leverage and strength and got us all into all that. And yes, I'm proud it's a woman, and knowing her personally, she's the best representative Lebanon can have. Then I just tweeted that this guy is just sad he donated some money to my YouTube channel and I didn't end up being a Zionist like he had hoped. Oh, little Ralphie. Then he blocked me. Anyways. Fun Twitter times. It was an intense day on Twitter that day. Lots of tweeting. So Elon Levy, look who's happy about this. Of course this guy's happy. Wait, did I close the picture? Sorry, let me bring back that image. Mon cœur. Negotiations. So here's the image again. So yeah, so from right, so this is Michel Aissa. Sorry, no, this is Nada Hameda, U.S. Ambassador to Lebanon, Michel Aissa. We got Marco Rubio, an Israeli ambassador to the U.S., Yichael Leiter. Sorry, did I miss anything? Here's a video. Elon Levy loves this, guys. History in the making. Israel and Lebanon begin direct peace talks, and the level of their ambassadors to the United States. The whole world must demand Lebanon make peace with Israel and dismantle Hezbollah as part of that. So yeah, the whole thing is peace talks. It's not. They're just holding our government hostage and be like, you got to get rid of Hezbollah. You got to get rid of Hezbollah. That's what we're doing, right? We're both united in taking care of Hezbollah. So now the Lebanese government's official position is that we're allied with Israel against Hezbollah, the true enemy of Lebanon. So now Israel is no longer the enemy of the people, folks. It's apparently Hezbollah. So here's a video. And this is wild again. South Lebanon is getting bombed by these motherfuckers, by these Israeli fuckers. And the Americans, of course. Crazy, bro. We got footage of Marco Rubio from within saying that this is a historic opportunity. What is he saying? Let's see.
Israel and Lebanon have begun direct negotiations in Washington, D.C. Lebanese authorities are hoping to stop Israeli attacks in the country, but Israeli officials are focused on Hezbollah's disarmament. Well, these are
Zaytun Zero says later is a demon. He is a demon. He is a demon. That guy's a motherfucker. He's extremely right-wing.
The first high-level meetings of their kind in more than 3 decades. The last direct engagement between the two countries was in 1993. The talks are being hosted by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
This is a historic opportunity. We understand we're working against decades of history and complexities that have led us to this unique moment. And the opportunity here, I know some of you are shouting questions about ceasefires. This is a lot more than just about that. This is about bringing a permanent end to 20 or 30 years of Hezbollah.
people are talking about a ceasefire. Let's not talk about ceasefire now. This is about bringing an end to Hezbollah. So these guys are there thinking they're going to be like ceasefire. Oh, we're going to have peace with Israel finally. The Christians and the Israelis can finally be best friends. And he's like, listen, it's ceasefire. We can talk about that later. We got to get rid of Hezbollah first. And look, oh, how gross. I'm sorry. This is, as a Lebanese person, it's very gross for me to see the Lebanese flag next to the Israeli flag and the American flag. This is our flag next to our oppressors. This is the Lebanese flag next to our oppressors. These are the people that are killing our people right now. These are the people that are, the countries that are killing our children, that killed Lamar yesterday, 4-year-old little girl. This is the country that killed 160 schoolgirls in Iran. This is the country that has killed hundreds of thousands of Palestinians. I am sorry, the Lebanese flag should not be standing or waving anywhere near these two fucking demonic flags. I'm sorry. Lemon Mint Cat sends a $2 super chat and says, I'm so disgusted. Disgusting, soulless ghouls. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. And to see our politicians bend the knee, capitulate to get nothing in return except like, we're going to get rid of Hezbollah together, right? We're going to keep bombing the South, right? Fucking cowards.
In this part of the world, and not just the damage it's inflicted on Israel, the damage it's inflicted on the Lebanese people. We have to remember the Lebanese people are victims of Hezbollah. The Lebanese people are victims of Iranian aggression. And this,
the Lebanese people are victims of Hezbollah. The Lebanese people are victims of Iran. Listen, Lebanese people, Hezbollah has turned its weapons on its own people before. I have said it before and I'll say it again. I am not a fan. I'm not 100% a supporter and fan of Hezbollah. Hezbollah has committed political assassinations in Lebanon. Hezbollah stored thousands of tons of ammonium nitrate at the port that once it was hit by an Israeli jet, it blew half the city up and almost killed me and Demi and lots of my loved ones. So Hezbollah has beaten up protesters in the streets. Hezbollah has stood in the way of justice for the August 4th blast. Hezbollah has a lot of fucking issues. Okay, but Hezbollah is not the primary enemy of Lebanon. Hezbollah wouldn't even exist if it weren't for Israeli invasions, one after the other.
Needs to stop. And so our hope here, and I know this will be a process, okay? All of the complexities of this matter are not going to be resolved in the next 6 hours, but we can begin to move forward to create the framework where something can happen, something very positive, something very permanent, so that the people of Lebanon can have the kind of future they deserve, and so that the people of Israel can live without fear and being struck.
We're covering the story for us is Nida Ibrahim in Ramallah, by the Hito in southern Lebanon.
I have a whole thing ready at the end where I prepared, like, because I'm trying to put my thoughts, like, why am I for peace? What am I for? I have a whole, I wrote myself a list of questions that I've answered that I'm just going to read to you guys at the end of the whole stream.
Lebanon, but first let's speak to Mike Hanna at the U.S. State Department in Washington, D.C., where those talks are
we deserve
happening.
Sovereignty from Israel.
So, Mike, when Marco Rubio opened the talks formally, he acknowledged the complexity, the breadth of challenges ahead of him. What is the context for what we understand could possibly be achieved here, Mike?
Well, the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, also said that he hopes that these talks will be a process. Now, the word that has been used by all in reference to them is that they are preparatory. These talks are at an ambassadorial level, supervised by the U.S. Secretary of State. But this is the first step in what is envisaged as a long and exceedingly complicated process. The first time there was contact between ambassadors between these two countries was on Friday evening, when the two who are attending here spoke to each other via the...
Jess, she's coming back on the show. I'm not sure. I think on Thursday we're doing our we're going to Nation Station for an IRL stream. Show you guys how the volunteering works at Nation Station. That's going to be a little bit early Lebanon time, so a lot of you guys are going to be asleep. Hopefully you guys can catch some of it. It's going to be from like 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Lebanon time. So that's like 7 a.m. to like 10 a.m. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I think. Eastern. We're going to be live streaming. So Demi's going to be there at the volunteering. I don't know if she's going to be able to make it on like one of the regular streams. But yeah. Muslim Americana says, glad you're safe, Habibi. Thank you, Muslim Americana. Hope you're safe as well. Lemon Min Cat sends in another $5 super chat. Thanks so much, Lemon Min Cat. And says, Rubio is a traitor to the Cuban people. These Lebanese will get along with him. Yeah, Marco Rubio is a piece of shit, dude. I can't believe that he's involved with this dude. It's so ridiculous. I've been following Marco Rubio's career since like he was running for president in like what was it, 2016 or 2012, like just utterly ridiculous human being.
The phone, but it is a start, and that is what is being stressed by the Secretary of State. But another thing...
5% of you say that I'm not a professional streamer, based on 83 votes. By the way, like the stream if you're watching live, folks.
Being stressed by State Department officials is an attempt to separate it out from the broader context of talks between the US and Iran. The insistence that this is a separate issue to an extent. Of course, there is a cross-connection, but as far as the State Department is concerned, this is utterly separate. It wants to pull the talks between Israel and Lebanon out of any negotiation with Iran.
Negotiation? Is it like a British thing?
Now, that is also a view shared by Lebanon, who have been afraid that the use of the situation in southern Lebanon as part of the US-Iran talks would give Iran a leverage which would involve the government of Lebanon. But to sum up, this is an important breakthrough, given the fact that it hasn't happened for decades, but it is just the beginning. That word again, preparatory.
Just
Lebanon, as shared by...
Preparatory for betrayal? Okay, this guy's got nothing to say. Hibanasi says, Secretary Rubio, okay, so we watch this clip right now. Ali says, seeing the Lebanese flag side by side with the Israeli one made me feel ill. I'm utterly disgusted and miffed that we have arrived to such shameful levels. Out of words. Rudy echoes the same feeling, says, seeing the Lebanese flag next to this colony's flag made me sick to my stomach. Then we got Elijah Magnier, says, the last time I saw similar disgusting images was on 28 December 1982 at the Lebanon Beach Hotel in Khelde, south of Lebanon, south of Beirut. I was standing just behind David Kimchi, but it didn't end well. This one is no better, and I'll live to see it in the bin, inshallah. Here are the Lebanese and Israeli reps shaking hands. Okay, no, so this one's AI generated. Okay, so this is AI, so ignore this one. But this one's real. Okay, so first let's see. This is a full briefing. So let's see. Okay, so this is what Lighter had to say, and then we'll watch the full briefing.
I was on.
Maybe
Start with a short statement in English, following a short statement in Hebrew, and then we will open it up to a Q&A, very quick, 2 or 3 questions. Thank you.
This is Israeli Ambassador
Good afternoon.
Yechiel Leiter.
Talks began with a statement, very encouraging statement, Secretary of State Rubio. I was honored to sit around a negotiating table with His Excellency Michelle Issa, United States Ambassador to Lebanon, and to Her Excellency Nada Hamadi.
Everyone's licking each other's fucking assholes. His Excellency, Your Excellency, hello.
The Lebanese Ambassador to Washington. We discovered today that we're on the same side of the equation, and that's the most positive thing we could have come away with. We are both united in liberating Lebanon from an occupation power dominated by Iran called Hezbollah.
That's the problem, you see? This is why they shouldn't have gone to fucking, This is why they had nothing to fucking gain from this whole thing, sorry. Okay, just making sure I'm, We figured out we're on the same page with our mortal enemy, Israel. Our actual mortal enemy is Hamas, I mean Hezbollah. Sound familiar?
In liberating Lebanon, we are both united in liberating Lebanon from an occupation power dominated by Iran called Hezbollah.
I didn't know that. I thought Israel was trying to occupy the south, but apparently Hezbollah has been occupying the south. Once I got to open the door. Lemon Mint Cat sends another $2 super chat and says, you are the only one doing an illegal occupation. No. Lemon Mint Cat. Hezbollah's illegally occupying the south.
Lebanon is under their occupation, and we are suffering from their constant barrages of missiles and terror attacks trying to cross our border.
So so Lebanon, so this is what they went. So this is what the Lebanese government went to the US to do. They literally went to sell out Hezbollah. They're going there. They're like, listen, you're terrorized by Hezbollah. We are terrorized by Hezbollah. We are the true victims. We are terrorized. We are occupied by Hezbollah. It's an internal occupation, an occupation from within. We are occupied from within. And look, again, Hezbollah has way too big of an influence on Lebanese politics. And they do stand in the way of a lot of change and progress in the country, but they're also the only thing standing in the way of an Israeli occupation. It is like a necessary evil. I wish Hezbollah could be reformed, but for the Lebanese government to go hand in hand and hold hands with the Israeli government, be like, Hezbollah is the real problem. Free Gaza from Hamas. Free Palestine from Hamas. Free Beirut from Hezbollah. That's the new slogan.
The vision, the long-term vision.
How can Lebanese people occupy their own land? How can Lebanon be occupied by Lebanese people? Explain that one to me. And it's very deliberate usage of words because Israelis are known as the occupiers. So for him to be like, Lebanon is occupied by Hezbollah, they're like trying to turn the tables here. God damn it, man. Why did they have to go? This is so embarrassing, dude.
Where there'll be a clearly delineated border between our countries and where the only reason we'll need to cross each other's territory will be in business suits to conduct business or in bathing suits to go on vacation.
Oh. In your fucking dreams, bro. In your fucking dreams, you think someone's gonna let you walk in through South Lebanon in your fucking swimsuit? And what border are we talking about? Are we talking about a new border? Because we've seen the before and afters of all of our southern Lebanese villages. What border are you talking about? The same border that we have now? Are we going to maintain the same border, or are we going to expand your borders, you fuckers?
Countries where there'll be a clearly delineated border between our...
Where? What border? I want to know.
Countries or in bathing suits to go on vacation. Business or will be in business suits to conduct business or in bathing suits to go on vacation.
What? No. What?
We made it very...
Can't happen. I made myself actually gag.
Clear that the security of our civilians is not up for negotiation. That is understood by the government of Joseph Aoun. And I must...
What about our citizens, bro? Yeah, the government of Joseph Aoun sold out our Lebanese people. What about the protection of our citizens? Are Lebanese citizens not allowed to not be fucking murdered? Is that what we're doing now?
Say, this was a victory for sanity, for responsibility, and for peace. Because the head of Hezbollah warned the government of Lebanon yesterday not to participate in these talks. And the government of Joseph Aoun bravely said no to Hezbollah. And this is...
Well, I wonder why Hezbollah would not want the Lebanese government to participate in these talks, knowing that the Lebanese government is literally going to sell them out. What are you trying to say, dude? They're literally agreeing and capitulating to the US and Israeli demands and being like, well, yeah, we agree Hezbollah is the real problem, not you guys. So we'll help you in getting rid of Hezbollah. Why would Hezbollah want the Lebanese government to go there and embarrass themselves, debase themselves in order to try to stop Hezbollah? Of course, they're going to be like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't go to this shit show. What did we get? What did we Lebanese people get out of this meeting right now in Washington, D.C.? What did we get out of it? And did we get peace? Did we get a ceasefire? What are we getting? What did we give up? More importantly, what did we give up?
Is the beginning of a very strong and fortified, consistent battle against Hezbollah. They are weakened as they've never been, and together we'll continue to rid the threat of this Iranian proxy, which is so malign and so malignant in the region.
Oh my God, dude, they're using terms that should be applied only to Israel. Israel is the malignant tumor and cancer in the Middle East. It was fucking put there and it needs to be, you know, normally it should have been taken out. Now we can't take it out, so we have to add stuff to it, which is Palestinians. Bring them all back, and then you share the land. That's the best we could do. Ideally, we remove the cancer. It can't be removed, okay? We got to be human.
כמה מילים בעברית?
אפשר אולי רק לכאן אפשר את העברית?
צהריים טובים, השגריר ייתן עכשיו הצהרה בעברית.
וואו.
צהריים טובים. אני חייב לומר ש...
Today with the French. Did Israel make a concerted, active effort to keep the French away from these negotiations?
Well, I hope we won't have to make a concerted effort, but we certainly don't want the French anywhere near these negotiations. We'd like to keep the French as far away as possible from pretty much everything, but particularly when it comes to peace negotiations. They're not needed. They're not a positive influence, particularly not in Lebanon. What gives me hope is the fact that the Lebanese government made it very clear that they will no longer be occupied by Hezbollah. And Iran has been weakened.
We'd rather be occupied by Israel. That's what we're choosing, essentially. Hezbollah in Lebanon and weapons to defend ourselves against Israel, or occupation from Israel. And even if they think, well, even if Hezbollah was this horrible occupying force that was going to occupy all of Lebanon and try to make us all into Shia Muslims, I'd rather be occupied by Lebanese people than by Israelis, you know? Always the lesser of two evils, folks. Always.
Hezbollah is dramatically weakened. This is an opportunity. This is the first time our two countries are sitting together in over 3 decades. Let's feel the moment. Let's enjoy the moment. And we enjoyed it together. We had a wonderful exchange of over 2 hours. There's a joint statement that's coming out, a statement where the ambassador expressed her government's position, where I expressed my government's position, and we're going to take it from there.
Please.
Yeah. What this could mean is that maybe for the first time ever, they're going to... But dude, whatever, dude, if they try it, man, this is civil war, dude. I don't understand what the fuck, how this is going to happen. If the Lebanese army is going to try to take out Hezbollah, civil war. Civil war. Hezbollah is going to see this as an existential war. And if they're all threatened to get killed or like deported or sent to Israeli prisons, what do you think Hezbollah is going to do? And how are they going to react? And what's going to happen to Lebanon, man?
Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Ambassador. Rahim Rashidi or Mr. Kurdi, sir. I have 2 quick questions.
They're going to send the country into fucking chaos.
What impact could the peace agreement with Lebanon have on the region and particularly on Iran? Second question, is there any agreement among you two against militias in the region and including Hezbollah in Lebanon?
I didn't understand the second question.
Second question, do you have any agreement with Lebanon to against militias on the region? In Iraq?
Well, first, on the first question, it's imperative that there's a complete delinkage between Lebanon and Iran.
And we have to link them to Israel. Don't you guys see what's happening?
Iran is the malign influence in the region and around the world, and Hezbollah is their proxy next to Israel.
Let's rephrase that. America is the maligned force around the globe, and Israel is their proxy.
It's like a front operation of Iran against Israel. And now is the opportunity to push them back because they're as weak as they've never been. So there's an imperative to maintain that delinkage. In terms of agreement with Lebanon, we're working on the agreement on every front, on the security front and on the civil front, to try to achieve together a complete peace treaty that the moment we have the security issue solved, we can take the peace treaty and embark on a harmonious relationship like we have with the other Abraham Accord countries.
Oh my God, Abraham Accords. Oh my God, dude, we're not going to have... Dude, the Lebanese government would love nothing more than... They want more than just peace. They would love to normalize. Him making a joke about coming through the border with suits and coming through the border with swimsuits. That's not just peace.
I'm sorry, Nathan Gutman, Kan 11.
בעברית בבקשה. מהו השלב הבא, אדוני השגריר? מה קורה אחרי השיחות האלה?
היו כמה הצעות, המלצות. אנחנו הפסקת אש.
That in a sense Israel is undermining what their effort, because at the moment that is extraordinary. Put this moment into context for us. You're talking about Israelis going on holiday to Lebanon and the other way around. I mean, that is extraordinary. So
not gonna fucking happen, bro.
Put this in context for us. Secondly, when will Israel cease fire against Hezbollah in southern Lebanon? Because at the moment, the fighting is ongoing. And lastly, the Lebanese ministers have told us that in a sense Israel is undermining what their effort is, which is they are calling for Hezbollah to disarm, they're calling for dialogue. They say they're doing everything they can and that you're undermining things by continuing to fight in the south.
There may be some ministers that say some things for the publicity purposes, but the Lebanese know very well that they would not have been able to move into a new era of peace were it not for the fact that we've degraded Hezbollah. There would be nothing to talk about if it wasn't for the fact that...
What peace, dude? They talk about this. They're doing the Iran thing, but we're liberating you. We're delivering peace in the form of bombs. He's talking about like now Lebanon is living through peace because they're destabilizing Hezbollah. We've known no peace in the last 2 years because of Israel's constant bombing campaigns here in Lebanon. They're the destabilizers, not Hezbollah. They're the ones committing fucking genocides in the region, not Hezbollah. So they're just reframing every accusation is a confession. Everything that is used to describe Israelis, they are just throwing it on Hezbollah right now. And the Lebanese government just handed them this massive PR win because they willingly went and signed off on all of this. Like, yep, they're right. We're with Israel. We're teaming up with Israel to take out Hezbollah. This is so fucking embarrassing. This is so fucking bad, bro.
Hassan Nasrallah, for example, who talked about Israel being nothing more than a spider web, is now living among the spiders. We've degraded Hezbollah, which has enabled Lebanon and the government of Joseph Aoun to take bold steps into direct negotiations with Israel. And that's the context. That's the change that President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu have brought across the region with the degrading of Iran, this malign and malignant entity that's trying
to... repeating it. That's how their propaganda works. That's how the Hezbollah works. Just repeat it over and over again. Malign, malignant entity.
To stabilize the entire region. There is now the opportunity to degrade its proxies as well, to move them out of their horrific occupation of another country, and to move into an era where Lebanese and Israelis can live side by side in peace. And yes, vacation in each other's countries. It's not a pipe dream. It's a reality that can really happen in our lifetime.
It's a fucking pipe dream, and if it ever happens, not in your fucking lifetime, you old fuck.
But when will you stop fighting in Lebanon? When will you stop firing missiles at the Lebanese civilian infrastructure? I guess that's their question.
I want to push back on your question. Okay. Israelis don't wake up in the morning and look to fire missiles across the border. The missiles are being fired at our civilians. That will be put.
They fired 6 missiles that did no fucking damage and killed no one. And in response, you've killed over 2,000 Lebanese people and committed a massive atrocity, killing over 400 people within the span of 10 minutes, dropping 160 bombs on 100 targets in 10 minutes on April 8th. You motherfuckers.
Stop to. We will not allow a terror organization to continually fire missiles into our population centers. That has to be understood by anybody asking such a question. The Lebanese understand that. I hope the media will as well.
Do you think
it's like stressing me out. I'm biting my nails on stream, which I do off stream normally, not on stream. That's how you know I'm like stressing. Biting my nails on stream. There's got to be a lot of updates right now. Marco Rubio. Let me see what else I got over here. Chance of a deal.
Desk is with me here on set. Oliver, Israel.
Israeli strikes.
Let's see. Divisions on ceasefire and Hezbollah. Let's just look for some updates because... Oh my God, we have a statement. Announcing the Lebanon-Israel Peace Alliance. We're so excited for what's to come. What the fuck? Oh my God. Statement. Lipa. I'm scared to read this. Today marks a historic step towards peace. We commend the Trump administration and the U.S. Department of State for facilitating this landmark meeting between Lebanon and Israel to initiate peace negotiations. Lebanon did not choose this war. Through diplomacy and the pursuit of peace with Israel, a different, more stable and prosperous future is possible. We salute Secretary Rubio. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, the embarrassment. We salute Secretary Rubio and the 3 ambassadors for their courage, leadership, and vision. The Secretary stated, the hope today is that we can outline the framework upon which a permanent, lasting peace can be developed so that the people of Israel can live in peace and the people of Lebanon can not only live in peace but also enjoy the prosperity and security they deserve. By advancing this dialogue, they are not only helping to save lives but also charting a path toward a promising future. Our hope is that this dialogue will lead to a lasting and comprehensive peace agreement, undermining Hezbollah and the IRGC's capacity to threaten Israeli and Lebanese citizens ever again. The Lebanon-Israel Peace Alliance is proud to support this effort and the administration's vision for peace. Oh my God. Karim Saifuddin puts out this tweet and says, we didn't have to reach this level of national humiliation as Lebanese. All of that was avoidable. Don't let anyone convince you that our catastrophe was inevitable. This is precisely what capitulation is all about, thinking we couldn't have done better than all the crap we are in. Dear God. Oh, Ortegas. I don't think any Lebanese admires Israel. I think we finally understood that war with these people is suicide. They will never run out of weapons or foreign support. And just like other nations, we have the right to exist and live in dignity, not get blown apart. I get what this person is saying, but in order to live in dignity and not get blown apart, we are doing the most undignified thing and capitulating and bending the knee to genocidal motherfuckers. I think that's what a lot of people are okay with, and I think that's what people like myself are not okay with. Is like, I am ethically against this. I am ethically against anything with Israel. Here, let me try. I tried to put this down into words. Let me try to explain this to you, okay? Let me try to boil this down. First, let me just see if there's anything else. Lebanon, Israel negotiations. Negotiations. 4 hours ago, 1 hour ago. Okay, there's not a lot of updates. Let me try to give you guys where I stand on this. Okay, now, do I want peace? Ideally, as a person, do I want peace in the country? Yes. I want there to be peace. I want my country to be peaceful. I want to live in a peaceful, safe country. Do I want peace with a genocidal ethno-state? Now, in my opinion, genocidal ethno-states should not exist, but for the stability of my country, I guess I'll take it. Ideally, you know, there would be no genocidal ethno-state. But in our case, right, we have to. But can there be peace? And I'm reading because I wrote a bunch of notes. But can there be peace when one country holds all the cards and the other has zero leverage and is ready to sell out the only leverage that it has, which is the resistance? No, that's not called peace. That is called subservience. Do I want normalization? Never. I never would want normalization with Israel. I never want them to come into our country. I never want to go into their country, etc. But back to the main question. Do I want peace? Peace. Sure. I would want peace. Of course. But first of all, do I trust Israel for there to be peace? No. Why don't I trust Israel? Well, I'm glad you asked. First of all, multiple invasions into Lebanon in the 70s, in 1978, and in 1982. Then, in 1982, after they met their objective, they wanted to kick the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Force, out of Lebanon in 1982, which they did. But Israel didn't leave in 1982 after they got rid of the PLO. They stayed until 2000 in Lebanon. They had to get, and the only reason they got out was because Hezbollah kicked them out. They hold the Golan Heights in Syria. Which is Syrian land. Israel controls it. They control the Shib'a farms, which is supposed to be Lebanese land. Israel controls it. They committed a live stream genocide in Gaza in 2023 and 2024 that we all watched. Another reason why maybe, you know, I don't really trust them to hold the ceasefire. They released nonstop propaganda and Hasbara during the genocide. They lie about everything. They lie about their victims. They lie about their targets. They lied about the starvation that they purposefully started. They lie about their motivations for the war. They lie about human shields. They lie about tunnels. They lie about what happens in hospitals. They literally filmed a calendar with Arabic, with the names of the days in Arabic, and they were calling them names of terrorists. Israelis lie. Their modus operandi is lying. All they do is lie. Their wars are built on lies. Their government lies to their people. You can't believe anything they fucking say. They continue to steal Palestinian land in Gaza and in the West Bank to this day, completely ignoring any UN resolution. They have violated countless ceasefires in Gaza, Lebanon, and Iran. Just 15,000 ceasefire violations alone in the last 15 months here in Lebanon. So ceasefire, peace deals with Israelis mean absolutely fucking nothing. So for me, someone that has seen all of this stuff and that knows everything that I know about Israel, I find it very hard to trust Israelis for anything, particularly with peace. And again, do I even want to be at peace with a nation that commits genocides, that kills women and children live on camera, and that is proud of it, that boasts about this? Absolutely. I can't. Also, Israeli leaders have repeatedly suggested that Israel should expand its borders into Lebanon, starting in 1919 by Chaim Weizmann, who was the first president of Israel, even though before the country didn't even exist. He requested that the northern border of a future Jewish state include areas up to the Litani River, which is southern Lebanon. Okay? David Ben-Gurion, in the 1930s and 40s, he discussed the idea that southern Lebanon could be strategically important. He wanted to align with local Christian groups and work on possible border adjustments. And post-1948, after the State of Israel, Moshe Dayan spoke about the idea of supporting a Christian-led state in southern Lebanon. He described scenarios where Israel might intervene and then shape a friendly mini-state. And just very recently, jumping to 2026, okay, Smotrich, whose child is in the ER, unfortunately. Disable ad blocker, you fuckers. Pause on this site. Israel should move its border with Lebanon up to the Litani River. Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich said on Monday, amid ongoing military operations against Hezbollah terror group, the current war in Lebanon must end with a radical change beyond the vanquishing of the terror group Hezbollah. Smotrich told the meeting of his religious Zionism faction at the Knesset. The Litani must be our new border with the state of Lebanon, just like the yellow line in Gaza and the buffer zone and peak of the Hermon in Syria, he added. The Litani River lies some 30 kilometers north of the current Israel-Lebanon border. We must not return to the October 6th situation where the enemy is on... Okay, blah, blah, blah. So, this is... To this day, they fucking talk about expanding their borders, taking southern Lebanon, okay? Also, let's not forget the Greater Israel Project and references to taking over all of Lebanon and Syria and parts of Saudi Arabia, okay? It's considered a fringe ideology in Israel, but it's not that fucking fringe. And everything in Israel starts off as fringe and then slowly makes its way into the fucking mainstream. So that is also a fucking reason why I would not like peace. Then, another question. Can there be peace in Lebanon without a peaceful South? A lot of Lebanese people will tell you yes. They'll tell you as long as there are Christian areas or Mount Lebanon is safe, as long as the Christian cities and the mixed cities are safe and it's only the South getting pummeled, then yes, there can be peace. In my opinion, no. There needs to be peace across Lebanon. The people of the South need to be able to return to their homes, live in peace, without the threat of Israeli invasion. Not today, not ever. Okay? But is the Lebanese government right now in the U.S. negotiating for peace for part of Lebanon, or are they negotiating for peace for all of Lebanon, including the South? Well, according to this fucking guy, it's clear that they're only negotiating for peace for part of Lebanon, and they're selling off the South. They are allowing Israel. That's it. They have painted Hezbollah as the evil in Lebanon, as the evil of the region. They are the occupier of Lebanon, and now the Lebanese government is going to join forces with the Israelis to clear Lebanon of this infection that we have, which is our resistance. So did the Lebanese government go right now to negotiate for peace for all of Lebanon or parts of Lebanon? Only parts of Lebanon. They've completely abandoned the South. And given the history of Israel and South Lebanon, how can you expect the people of the South to trust Israel and to disarm? Why would the people of South Lebanon ever agree to disarm when the government seems eager to appease the Israeli government? The Lebanese government is a U.S. appointed government and approved by the U.S. government. The Lebanese government has repeatedly withdrawn the army and cleared the way for Israeli invasion from Lebanese towns in the south. Even amidst a war, the Lebanese government refused help from Iran or Pakistan for a ceasefire, insisting that they wanted to negotiate their own deals. And the Lebanese military is incapable of facing Israel in combat scenarios, and that is by design. No one in the region is supposed to stand up to them, so our military is underfunded and under-equipped. So What the fuck are we doing? How can we even have peace with Israel when they're not even looking for peace? They're looking to continually destroy Hezbollah and probably take over the south. Like, did they give the Lebanese government any assurances that they're not going to stay in the south, that they're not going to build a buffer zone, that they're not going to keep any land? What did we get out of this other than go there, capitulate to their demands, agree to their framing that Hezbollah is the problem in the region, Hezbollah is the problem of Lebanon, Hezbollah is the enemy of Lebanon, and now the Lebanese government, what are they going to do to get rid of Hezbollah? Allow Israel to continuously bomb Lebanon to get rid of them? Are they going to arm their military and force their military to go out into the streets and fight Hezbollah, leading to a fucking civil war in the country? Those are the two options right now. Either allow Israel to bomb Lebanon willy-nilly to kill whatever Hezbollah general they want, wherever he might be, causing havoc across the country, or the Lebanese government is going to send out the Lebanese military to fight Hezbollah and disarm them, leading to a civil war. Those are the two options that we're looking at right now. I don't know what the fuck else to say. Like, I want peace as much as the next person. I don't want to live in perpetual war. I want to be able to plan ahead. I want to be able to start a business and know that my business is going to be successful and make money. I don't want people to close their businesses every 6 months, to panic, to die, to be displaced. I don't want any of that. No one wants to live in perpetual war. But I am ethically against Israel. So I have an ethic. Some people might be okay with it. Like, dude, just who gives a fuck, right? Every country is some other country's proxy. Every country is subservient to some other fucking country. Just put your head down and fucking live your life. Don't you just want to be able to live your life and go to work and not worry about being bombed or whatever the fuck? Sure. But at what cost? And I think being Israel and America's bitch, like, I'm sorry, I'm not okay with it. Some people might be okay with it. Like, I can be pragmatic, right? I want the deaths to stop and I want the destruction of Lebanon to stop. So let's make a deal, right? But if this deal includes selling off the people of the South so that I can be comfortable and that so you can stop bombing me, I'm sorry, I'm not okay with that. If my brothers and sisters in the South are going to be bombed for wanting to defend their land, then it is only fair that I get bombed with them. I'm sorry. I don't want to get bombed. I don't want to lose my home. I don't want to lose my house. But am I also willing to just sell off 20% of the country and 33% of the population? Throw them out to the wolves? You know? And what are we giving up for peace? Land? Then of course no. If land is part of this peace deal, then never. And if selling, even worse than selling off the land, is selling off the people. And are we going to have control over our airspace? Our diplomacy? Are we going to become a servant of Israel in the U.S.? Yes, that's what's going to happen. We're not going to have control over our airspace. We're going to become a vassal state for the U.S. and Israel. So, and is there anything that Israel can say or do to make me trust them? For me, absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. There is nothing that can come out of the Netanyahu government that will ever make me want to have peace with them or normalization. I tried to write, because there's so many fucking questions. I tried to write it down to make it like clear, but like it's just fucking insane. Just from an ethical standpoint, like, no, man, no. And I get it. The Lebanese people just want to break. They just want to rest. But their hatred and their fear is misplaced. But Kamena, Hezb didn't make it easy for themselves because they fucked up also numerous fucking times. And they have threatened the Lebanese government. And they have turned their weapons against the Lebanese people a few times. So they're not to be trusted entirely as well as a political party. So I don't know, man. It's just fucking crazy. Victoria, good night. Ultimately, we're just pawns. Let me see. What did I write here? Ultimately, we're pawns. I guess the way to survive is to be very individualistic and focus on yourself. I tend to think of everyone in society, but I guess the only people thriving right now, that is true. I need to, if I want to be okay with this, I just got to be like, listen, fuck the people of the South. Fuck the South. Khalas, they made their choice, right? They want to support Hezbollah. The Lebanese people of the South have made their choice. They want to support Hezbollah. They want to support Iran. Khalas. Fuck them. Fuck their land, right? I'm safe out here in Mount Lebanon. We good? Hey, peace with Israel. Like, I don't know, man. It's just fucking crazy. I don't want perpetual war. And I don't want fucking peace with Israel, man. I just want to ignore them. Can we just ignore Israel? Can we just pretend they don't exist? But if we pretend they don't exist, we're indirectly pretending that their massacres in Gaza don't exist. What they're doing to Palestinians don't exist. You can't just look away, man. Israel is not a thing where you can just, don't look away, whatever. We're friends, they're taking care of, like, no, man, no. Israel is an existential threat to my country, to the region, and to the world. And I don't know what the fuck they thought they were going to accomplish today, but what a fucking joke. What a fucking joke. Sitting there, breaking bread with people that are massacring your country, and then coming to the agreement that the real problem is our resistance. How did you come up with that? I'm so shocked that Israelis think that Lebanon's problem is the resistance. The one thing that is keeping them out of our land is their problem. And they want to work with our government to get rid of them. This is so embarrassing. This is so fucked up. This is so fucked up. This is so fucked up. All I know is that I'm not okay with this. Ethically, morally, okay, I'm against war. But we're supposed to make peace with the devil nation itself, the country that has committed a genocide live on camera for the past 2 fucking years. And I'm supposed to be okay with that, and then hear them make jokes about how they're going to come to our country to swim and in their swimsuits and in their business suits. I'm sorry. No, that's not going to fucking fly.
Let's deepen our analysis and bring in Aaron David Miller, Senior Fellow at the Carnegie Endowment for Peace. Mr. Miller was an advisor to, he'll correct me if I'm wrong, 6 US Secretaries of State on Middle East matters. Aaron David, always a pleasure to have you with us here in France 24. If you had access to Marco Rubio, what would you say to him right now?
I mean, frankly, what would I say to Marco Rubio? You really want to know the truth? Why did you hollow out the U.S. Agency for International Development, an organization that delivered millions to millions of people and spread a U.S. commitment in well-being, in combating disease, and fostering education around the world? That's what I would say to him. As far as Lebanon and Israel are concerned,
Red Line 6 says they are not annexing anything. They can't. Lebanon is its own country, not just some mandate they can manipulate into their hands. Oh, really? You think they can't annex Lebanon? What were they doing from 1982 until 2000, Red Line? Just let me know, what were they doing until 2000? And why did they end up leaving in 2000? What was the reason? What got them out in 2000?
Look, this is extremely important, but it's largely symbolic and it's performative. And none of the participants in today's meeting have the authority to negotiate. And right now, frankly, there's not a whole lot to negotiate. I think the meeting occurred largely because of American pressure. President Trump to Benjamin Netanyahu, urging him to de-escalate. And if he couldn't de-escalate, then why not start a separate track, which is significant, in Washington, directly with the Lebanese.
Red Line says, I'm from Ain Ibil, ya zalame. That's cool. Ain Ibil is the Christian village that is getting attacked. So they killed a priest behind Ibil, Red Line, right? They killed a priest behind Ibil. Did Hezbollah kill that priest, or did Israel kill that priest behind Ibil? Israel killed him. They also killed a dad and his son behind Ibil min Shitlit Tajmea, if I'm not mistaken, right? So Ain Ibil has not been immune from Israeli attacks. So hope you're safe. Hope your family's safe. RIP to the people that have been killed by Israel in Ain Ibil.
That the cruel realities
should be maybe more upset at Israel than Hezbollah. And also, hasn't Israel banned people and Christians in Christian villages to hide Hezbollah to hide Shia people in their homes?
The ground in Lebanon, it suggests to me that talking is one thing, but actually implementing what I think the Lebanese government and the government of Israel would like to do is...
Red Line, I mean, no, don't forget about going there. Akid la, bas.
Is simply not possible. The Israelis cannot destroy Hezbollah, and the Lebanese central government is unwilling or unable to take that challenge on for reasons, frankly, that are understandable. I think the Lebanese armed forces cannot afford a confrontation with Hezbollah. It could create sectarian rifts in one of the few institutions of governance in Lebanon that actually is pluralistic. and includes a variety of different confessional groups. So I think
honestly nothing's going to change. This is just, they're going back to what's going to happen. The Lebanese government is unable to get rid of Hezbollah, bro. The Lebanese military can't do anything to stop Hezbollah. They're just going to allow the Israeli military to bomb Hezbollah, just like they've been doing. And then Hezbollah is going to retaliate from time to time. Like, this is nothing. I don't think anything is ever going to fucking change. Ultimately, that's the big fucking joke.
I think, again, important, symbolic, but performative.
The US State Department has issued a brief series of statements about what was taking place and saying that Lebanon is calling for a ceasefire and measures to address the humanitarian crisis. I think that's along the lines of what you were just intimating there, that the scale of what was already a problem for Lebanon was already big enough. It's been made much worse since March.
I think we'll be able to go back, and I think it's so sad for the Muslim villages, but apparently the government is trying to protect the Christian villages a little bit more.
Second.
For sure, and the Lebanese government is under.
We'll be able to go back. Everyone in the south is going to go back to their home in the south. Yeah, red line.
Pressure. I mean, that's what they're interested in right now, which is the ending Israeli military ops, and somehow finding a way to deal with the extraordinary humanitarian situation, the displacement of maybe 1 million people, not to mention the destruction. And frankly, the Israeli experience in Lebanon may be understandable, but it's been an unhappy experience decade after decade after decade. And nothing has worked. Not the security zone under Saad Haddad, not the southern Lebanese army, not identifying the Christians, Bashir Gemayel and the Maronites, when Israel invaded Lebanon in June of 1982, in the wake of the attempted assassination by the PLO, by a Palestinian group of Shlomo Argov, the Israeli ambassador to Britain. So it's been an unhappy experience, and the Israelis have not found, nor I suspect will they find, the kind of strength in it, as extraordinary as changes in Lebanon have been, with the hollowing out of Hezbollah. It's down but not out, and it's still the preeminent military and security actor in the country. And the Lebanese government is, I think, understandably unwilling and or unable to take it on. So what we have now is, I'm afraid, what we're going to see, unless Lebanon would figure prominently in the U.S.-Iranian ceasefire negotiations, and they could. But we're a long way away from anything you and I would regard as a permanent solution to the Hezbollah problem, which the Lebanese have, and to the genuine problem that the Israelis have on their northern border.
I hear what you're saying completely, Aaron David. More from the US side of things.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to look at Twitter for a couple more seconds, and then everything is getting repetitive. We'll know more tomorrow. I want to hear a bit from the Lebanese people, the Lebanese side, what they thought, what they sort of committed to. Let's see what's going on here. Filters, upload today. Israelis are focused on one thing, disarmament of Hezbollah.
The main issue that the Israelis have been focusing on since the start of this round of battle with Hezbollah, that there are two fronts there, Iran and Lebanon, and they are not connected in any way, shape or form, and that the battle in Lebanon would still continue even if a ceasefire was reached in Iran. And now we are seeing a lot of emphasis on the fact that the ceasefire will not be part of the talks, but rather the main issue that the Israelis want and focusing on is the disarmament of Hezbollah. This is not a secret, and the Israeli officials have been demanding the disarmament from the Lebanese government, even going as far as threatening the Lebanese government of paying a heavy price if it does not disarm the group, something that it's very...
Yeah, they threatened to send Beirut back to the Stone Age, all those fun little... And then let's make peace! They threaten us, they kill our children, they kill our women, they kill our men, they destroy our nature, they throw white phosphorus on our land, and then they pretend to want fucking peace and come over in their swimsuits and we can dance and we can have a good fucking time, right? Again, these three flags next to each other is nauseating. It's disgusting.
Very difficult for the Lebanese government and its army to do. But at the same time, you have the Israelis who have, let's say, calculations related to the northern Israeli communities who have been bombarded with these continued rocket attacks from Hezbollah into northern Israel. They could not protect them. They did not evacuate them. And now these communities are demanding that the battle continues despite the talks that are being...
Redline, are you currently هلا بعين إبل?
carried. Now, we are listening to these discussions on Israeli media. We brought some examples or some debates that are being discussed there, and let's watch them together.
The defense minister told me exactly what I wanted to hear, that he is fully committed to disarming Hezbollah, and there is already a prepared plan to flatten Lebanese villages all the way up to the Litani River. He said this in front of senior military officials, including the deputy chief of staff.
He's happy. Oh, he's happy. Oh, they're going to flatten Lebanese villages, so he's very happy.
As well as division and brigade commanders.
The Israeli side is also running on empty. A large number of reservists have been called up and there is growing fatigue across society. Ultimately, a ceasefire in Lebanon could come within a couple of days or within a few days at most.
We are expecting elections towards the end of this year in Israel, and each party is trying to lobby. Netanyahu, in specific, he's trying to show force and defiance despite not achieving his war goals.
Sophia Loves Monkey says they hit the citadel of Tyr. No way.
Despite with Iran, despite the war ending or at least so far being subdued, and the talks are being carried out in Islamabad, all of that plays against Netanyahu in his popularity because he was promising a huge...
Oof, okay, guys. That's it for today. We will be... most likely there will be a stream tomorrow night, more than likely. But Thursday, make sure to join in because we're going to be doing an IRL stream from the heart of Beirut. We're going to be doing an IRL stream at Nation Station. We're going to be volunteering. We're going to be showing you guys what they're doing over there, how they're preparing those 10,000 meals that we're going to be that 20K donation is going to be paying for. They're preparing up over like 3,000 meals a day right now, so we're going to be helping them preparing dinner. That's going to be Thursday. IRL stream is going to be happening earlier than usual. I'll have it up. I'll try to have a schedule up tomorrow or something, but so it should be from like 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Lebanon time, which is like 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. U.S. time, Eastern. Whoever can join us tomorrow night. More than likely, there's going to be a stream at night. I want to react to more reactions to what happened today, right? Because today it's so fresh. They just met with them in Israel, in the U.S. with Marco Rubio. So tomorrow we'll have some more details. We'll talk about that. We'll break it down. Also, Lego content coming soon. I hope. I have rebranded the gaming channel to Anthony's Playroom. It was going to be DNW Playroom. It's now Anthony's Playroom. There's going to be a new logo and everything ready, hopefully, very soon. And then I'm going to start building some Lego live, folks. Some Lego live stream. Okay, and then some gaming as well. We're going to finish Dark Souls. Eventually, Elias is going to come back. We're going to play some Dark Souls again. Subscribe to Anthony's Playroom. Let's have some fucking fun. Lego content coming soon. Shopping haul coming soon. And then individual live streams. We're going to have a good time. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Chris, Nation Station is located in Maram Khail. What will you do to de-stress after the stream? I'm going to hang out with Demi. She's here, so we're going to hang out. And that's going to be de-stressing. I'm going to eat. So eating, hanging out with Demi, watching some TV. That is going to be de-stressing. Redline says, much love to all my Lebanese brothers and sisters. I mean it, even the ones who were mean to me in the comments. Yeah, Redline, I think everyone thought you were being mean to us. That's why people were like being mean to you. But if you're nice, everyone's nice, okay? Stay safe. Did you say that if you're an Ayn Ibn? Let me just see what you said. Guys, really khalas yani, I should... No. So, if you're an Ayn Ibn, I hope you're safe. If you're not an Ayn Ibn and your family's there, I hope your family's safe. Yeah, Redline. Thank you for coming to the channel. Ya ahla wa sahla. Thank you for subscribing if you're new. We just... Yeah, guys, no normalization with Israel. What can we say? Maki wants his daddy. Yalla, Maki, I'm coming. Folks, much love. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. See you Thursday. Thursday, I would love to see you guys on that IRL stream. Wake up a little early. It's going to be worth it. Trust me. Yalla. Much love. See you tomorrow. And as always, do not DG, okay, I'm still live. DG sends a 10 euro super chat, says nothing to say, just stay safe and viva la resistance. Well, thank you so much, DG. I'm back. I hope you get to see this. I hope you see this. Redline says Habibi, thanks. And yeah, no normalization. Much love. Let's fucking go. DG, thank you. I'm glad I caught that one. I'm glad I caught it. Okay, yalla. Good night, everyone. Take care. Wait, someone said something interesting. Chris says Anthony's Playroom's not... Why? Anthony's Playroom sounds good. Better than DNW Playroom. DNW Playroom means nothing. Yeah, goodbye, everybody. DG, thank you so much. Peace out, everyone. I'm not going to come back, no matter the super chat. Okay, I'll come back for... I'll stop the credits if we got another super chat, but much love.
Do not worry.
We're going to end this. Haley with 5 gifted memberships. Haley, you're crazy. Did you wait till the very end to do this? Thank you so much, Haley. W's in the chat for Haley. I'm still here. We're not gone. You thought I would go. I saw the W's. I saw the gifted. Thank you so much, Haley. I was about to click end. I'm not going to do the full outro again. We're just going to end the stream, okay? I can't risk this. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Haley. You crazy. Congrats, everybody. Have a good night. No more outro. Bye-bye.